Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End BBQ, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Hope you're having a great morning. 2 minutes past the top of the hour. Correct. 3 minutes past the top of the hour here on the Swain Event. 8:50 a.m., 100.9 FM, Rocky Top Sports. Ben McKee, Jason Swain here with you. Download the free Swain Event app. Android, Apple devices, or you can check us out on Swain Event TV, Periscope, Facebook Live, and on YouTube. You can watch the show there. You can listen to the show on 8:50 a.m., 100.9 FM, like I just said, or you can stream us online at SwainEvent.com. Is your bracket busted? Ben, are you counting the first games of, I guess, the first 4? Is your bracket already busted?
No, my bracket looks good because I had Belmont beating Temple, and then I had Belmont beating Maryland on, I believe they play Friday, the same day as Tennessee. So right now, my bracket is looking good. Now, I did pick Prairie View to beat Fairleigh Dickinson, and Prairie View was looking like they were going to win. They were up 41-34 at halftime. Could not miss from the three-point line, and then were outscored 48-35 in the second half by Fairleigh Dickinson. That game turned into a fun college basketball game. Jaleel Jenkins for Fairleigh Dickinson was just putting the team on his back in the second half. I think at one point he scored like 12 out of 13 points or something for them. And then they had one kid, Edge was his last name. He dropped a career-high 33 points. So I have already missed one. I picked Prairie View A&M, but I was nervous for much of the Belmont game because, like I said, I had Belmont beating Temple and then beating Maryland on Friday. So when they were down by 2 or 3, I was getting nervous. It felt like a 20-point deficit, even though they were just down by 2.
The Prairie View coach at halftime was like, "Yeah, we a first half team. Yeah, we up, but we a first half team." I mean, he called it. He knew his team because they not only let go of a lead, but they were down double digits, I think, at one point, and then they got back into the game and made it interesting, brought it to 2, and then, I mean, I guess they just thought that they were Auburn or something, or the Golden State Warriors, but because they continued to shoot threes over and over and over, when they really didn't have to, but it was good to see, like, get a little taste of March Madness. We got that yesterday. The home team, Belmont, because they're right there from Middle Tennessee. They took a couple runs from Temple, just a few runs from Temple, and they weathered the storm and shot their way back on top by double digits and took care of business. Belmont's leading scorer for the season didn't do much in the game. Didn't really have to.
Had 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Their center, which I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, Nick Muzinski. Sure, he's a freshman. He had a big game.
The number 33?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me the numbers in the box score. But he had a big game. He had 16 points, 8 of 12 shooting. And then, Windler didn't score a lot, but he had 14 rebounds in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And he'd been battling an injury of late.
Yeah, the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for him to play 40 minutes, it's tournament time.
Yeah. Belmont is going to give Maryland all it wants, and maybe even more. 865-255-03 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. What I noticed during that game, the Prairie View Fairleigh Dickinson game, I was like, man, Prairie View is not like a lot of other D1 teams out here.
Oh, and the fact that they don't have a name on the back of their jersey.
Did you see those uniforms?
Yeah.
Bro, my high school uniforms look better than the Prairie View uniforms. They look like they didn't fit any one of their players. Like they don't get resized at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year for the new players. No, man, this is just a jersey. This is number 3 from 1997, and number 3 so happened to be 6'7", and then you give it to a guard who's like 5'10", and you give him number 3, but you don't change the size. Kind of like rec league equipment.
The pennies.
It just looked weird, man.
Practice pennies.
It just looked really, really weird. But now you understand why a program like Tennessee can do that, because you get a huge Nike deal and got all this money coming in and flowing in, but a program like Prairie View, they don't have those funds. It's not the most important thing in the world, but I was watching like, man, why are those numbers so small on the jersey? Where's the name? Why they're so small? Why they giving up a lead? Prairie View, man.
Now, whose jerseys are better? Your daughter's 10-year-old AAU team or
Prairie Views?
Or Prairie Views?
It's probably about a tie.
But your daughter isn't supposed to have jerseys equivalent to a D1 basketball team.
No, not supposed to. But yeah, they weird, man. Weird. Didn't look great. Didn't look great at all, Bob. Didn't look great. 865-255-03. Today is Wednesday, so we're 2 days away from Tennessee and Colgate. I'm not going to talk trash. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show self-control, but I did see some trash talking from the, I know, being your favorite. Your favorite, the Barstool accounts that float around from different schools. It has made its way to Colgate. And some boring, lonely, lame, definitely single person is controlling the Barstool Colgate Twitter account and is talking trash about Tennessee. And I'm not gonna fall for it.
I don't even know where Colgate is located.
I thought it was a running joke about them and toothpaste, but no, there's really like.
Look, your school is so terrible that when you Google Colgate, the toothpaste comes up.
I didn't realize that they really had something in common. I thought it was like a coincidence that the school, the name of the school was Colgate, and there's toothpaste named Colgate, but apparently they are connected.
It's Hamilton, New York. In Hamilton, New York. It's a liberal arts college. Founded in 1819. I didn't even know where Colgate was, and there's a Colgate Barstool Twitter account trying to trash talk Tennessee. what planet do we live on in which a school that is named after a toothpaste, and when you Google Colgate, the toothpaste comes up before the college, talking trash to a big-time university like Tennessee.
It's our fault, man. We gave Colgate, confidence by how we played in the SEC championship game.
I'll tell you this.
They watched the Kentucky game, and they're like, whew, man, I don't know. I don't think we have a chance. There's no way we can beat those guys. And then they saw the Auburn game, and they're like, maybe we have a chance.
And then Coach put on the Kentucky film, and they're like, oh, maybe we don't. I'll tell you this. Speaking of schools like Colgate, it sure did make me happy to see Loyola Chicago playing in the NIT. That brought me great joy.
Yeah, I'm petty because early this season I saw them play, and they were losing. And I was like, excellent. Like Mr. Burns from Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. But I wanted to be the one that beat them. I wanted to play them.
Yeah, that would be nice. Rick Barnes needs to schedule that game next season.
Even if we beat them down, I still wouldn't get the satisfaction.
No.
Because their team is not good anymore. But being petty, it's good to see those guys not in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, it is. It was beautiful. And Lipscomb beat Davidson in the tournament. So both Nashville-based schools, Lipscomb and Belmont, won last night. Memphis won 74-60 against San Diego in the NIT. And then Loyola Chicago lost by 9. So their season is done, finished 20-14 on the season. So, take that, Sister Jean. How you like them apples?
Leave her alone. Leave her alone, man.
Arkansas won, surprisingly.
Leave her alone, man, please. I'm not gonna talk trash about Colgate. I'm just gonna let it play out. I think I'm bad luck when it comes to that. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let it play out.
You're not allowed to trash talk anybody this NCAA tournament until after the game has been played. So once Tennessee beats Colgate, you can make fun of them.
I didn't even trash talk Kentucky. I'm not even in a trash talking mood. I'm so focused, man. Like I'm playing. I'm focused, man. It's weird because I've always said, we can overlook teams, we can trash talk. Who cares? We're fans. We don't play, so we have really no effect on the game. It's the coaches and the players that affect the game. But I'm so into this team. I feel like I'm on the team, so I'm not talking.
We are one.
Yeah,
it's not about me.
One talk, we all talk.
That's right. One fan, we all fans.
I'm so nervous, man. I'm so ready for Tennessee to play. I have not been in a trash talking mood. 865-255-03. Let's get to Jay. Jay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jay. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing. I was looking at the stats from Saturday or Sunday yesterday, and I noticed that it was one of Bones' worst games as far as assists and turnovers.
Yeah, he didn't have his cleanest game. Was bobbling the ball a lot, throwing it to the other team, which is never good, obviously.
And I think we win 80-50 Sunday or Friday, not Sunday.
So clean 80 to clean 50.
Yeah.
Now you were almost right on the what was it? The Tennessee-Kentucky score, I believe it was. So hopefully this one comes to life as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it, man. I like it. 30-point beat down. It should be a beat down. I mean, you are the second-rated team in the bracket. You're playing up against the 15th seeded Colgate. I mean, it should be a 30-point blowout. I'm just saying. Should have been. 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hour one here of the Swain Event is brought to you by Hiller. So if you need anything done to your home as far as heating, cooling, electrical, plumbing, Hiller is your go-to place to call. 865-255-03. That's our number to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Top 100 Barbecue Restaurant Dead End BBQ is the best place in Knoxville to scratch your barbecue itch. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, try the Smokehouse Stew. Thursday through Sunday, the Hillbilly Chili is where it's at. Don't forget the half-price wings on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and the salmon plate on Friday. The people spoke and Dead End listened, adding Dead End Society favorites like the Bernie Mac, Randall's Kitchen Sink Burrito, and the Barbecue Cheddar Meatloaf to the menu full time. Whether it's a game day or any day, at Dead End Barbecue, the mouth-watering barbecue search is over.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? If so, then call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. I take a no-nonsense approach to the real estate transaction. No fluff, just facts. Having lived and worked in the Knoxville area for 19 years, I am very familiar with the local real estate landscape and am ready to help you get the most money for your property with the least amount of hassle in the shortest amount of time. No one likes for their home to sit on the market for months at a time. If a straightforward approach to your real estate needs is what you prefer, then give me a call. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End BBQ, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Here at 8:15, we'll be joined by Raul Placeres, who is the new head coach of Maryville College. Because I want to get some breakdown on kind of what's giving Tennessee some trouble in their 5 losses and what can possibly give Tennessee some trouble in the NCAA tournament, and what makes Tennessee, a top 10 team, a team that was number 1 in the country for 4 weeks, a team that has all the tools to go all the way and beat everyone that's in front of them. So we'll talk to Coach Placeres here at 8:15. Again, he is the new head coach there at Maryville College, was a former player, and he's taking over for a legend. So it's gonna be good talk here at 8:15. We talked yesterday, man. He's so cool. I'm rooting so much for Maryville College and for them to be super successful. So
you should take your daughter out there to a game.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about it. Oh, yeah. My daughter will be going to Maryville College to watch those boys play this season. I got text messages from my buddy, Dustin, who lives out that way. He says, my dude, Raul. So Dustin's listening, and Raul's a big Maryville fan favorite already. So we'll be talking to Coach here at 8:15. Be a good conversation. Great conversation. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Ben, are you ready for your bracket?
Nope.
You still ain't filled your bracket out, Ben?
I've filled out all of the first round games. I'm taking my time in deciding the Elite Eight and the Sweet 16 games. The only first round games that I have not picked is VCU and UCF, St. Louis and Virginia Tech, which I think I'm going to pick Virginia Tech, but I want to do a little more research on St. Louis. Louisville, Minnesota, Syracuse, Baylor, and then all the other ones are filled out. And most of the Sweet 16 is filled out. It's the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight. Like, I see this trend of all the 1 seeds making its way to the Final Four, and that makes me nervous. Now, I will say, as of right now, I do have Tennessee in the Sweet 16. I don't know who they're playing. I haven't decided between Villanova or Purdue.
Why
Apparently,
don't you have them in the Elite Eight already, man?
Because I haven't even picked who they're going to play against in the Sweet 16.
Because you're not a real fan, Ben. Golly, I thought you were a VFL.
Here's my thing. If I filled out a heart bracket, Tennessee would be the national champions. But this one I'm filling out with my head. At least I'm trying to. And I'm trying to look smart. I'm trying to be right, not wrong. So I don't know how far I'm going to have Tennessee go. Like I said on Monday or Tuesday, I'm not all that confident in Tennessee's defense. I don't think it is championship level. So I'm telling you, I don't even feel good about Sunday's potential matchup with Cincinnati. I'm going to be the biggest Iowa Hawkeyes fan on Friday.
Yeah, crazy Fran.
Crazy Fran, their crazy broadcaster. It's like a little peel the curtain back a little bit. I'm working on getting the Colgate broadcaster on the show for later this week and Cincinnati's, just in preparation of if Tennessee were to play Cincinnati, we'll know about Cincinnati. I was going to do the same for Iowa, and then I remembered the Iowa broadcaster was the one that was suspended for some comments he made a couple weeks ago. It's like, maybe not. Let's leave him off.
Yeah,
let's get somebody else from Iowa.
I don't want him coming on this show calling people gorillas and King Kongs and stuff.
Correct.
That wouldn't be good, man. That wouldn't be good at all.
Your bracket's filled out.
Yeah, I might make a little edit here and there. I got until tomorrow.
For the Thursday games. For me, I've always had the mindset of I can change the second day of games until tip-off. So, like Tennessee's game, if I wanted to change my mind and pick Colgate, then I have until that game tips off. But after Thursday and Friday, after the first round is done,
that's my
no more changes.
Yeah, that's my policy too. So if you need excuses to get out of work, I found something for you. I found something for you because not everyone is going to be able to watch all the games on Friday. So you got to have some excuses. Either you are taking off work and it's legit, or you got to make up some excuses. So I looked up the best get out of work excuses for March Madness. Number 10, suggest you postpone work. Number 9, you can't find your keys. That's not a good one because you're going to be looking for your keys all day.
And there's this thing called an Uber or
Yes,
Lyft.
That's not a good excuse.
And you probably have a friend at work, or if you're married, it's not a good excuse.
Saying you can't find your keys is not a good excuse to miss work to watch March Madness.
That's like saying your dog ate your homework.
Yeah. Actually, the dog eating your homework is a better excuse than you can't find your keys.
The dog eating homework is more believable to me. I had a buddy that his dog actually ate his homework in high school. It was like an important essay, and it chewed it up the morning of. It was due, and my teacher did not believe him, so he got a 0 on it.
I wouldn't believe him either.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But it sucked because it actually happened, and the teacher would not accept his essay.
Yeah, don't use can't find your keys. I don't think that's a good one. Number 8, the car broke down. Even this one, I mean, yeah, your car can break down, and that can help you with a couple of hours, but you still have Uber. Uber's really messing this up, making it harder on folks to skip.
It is, but here's where the car breaking down can help you. If you use that in the middle of the day. It's like our buddy Ben Vaughn likes to go on lunch dates. He likes to go out for lunch.
Yeah.
When he goes out for lunch, all right, he's leaving the restaurant. He's leaving Dead End. He's walking out to the car, and what do you know? His car doesn't start. He has to stay at Dead End and watch the Tennessee game there. So, like you said, it buys him a couple hours, watch the Tennessee game, and then, oh, what do you know? My car started working.
Okay.
But you can't use it all day.
No, you can't. 7, you're related to one of the players. You're related to one of the players.
You know, Brad Woodson is my cousin.
I mean, hey, I'll believe it.
You and Lamonte are both some brothers from North Alabama.
Yep.
That's your nephew.
That's my nephew, I guess. Number 6, your best friend is proposing to his girlfriend. So you got to be there, right?
That's actually a good one.
But it's quick.
But if you have to travel for it.
I guess.
I had friends drive up from Huntsville for my engagement.
Yeah, 'cause you have some nice friends.
I do. My ones in Knoxville wouldn't even come.
Nope. I had better things to do. I had to cut the grass.
No, you were at your brother's graduation, which is more important things for you.
Oh, yeah. It was at my brother's graduation.
You were going to be there, except you had to be at your brother's graduation.
Yeah. Good thing I wasn't really put in that situation to make a real decision. I don't know what I would have done.
Family first. That's always the motto.
Yeah, I was in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
My brother graduated grad school from Wingate.
Wingate. I'm very familiar with Wingate.
In Wingate, yeah. All right, number 5. You need to take your dog to the vet or pet. So, dog to the vet.
But that's kind of like the car troubles. That's not an all-day thing. You have to time it right.
Yeah, number 4. You missed the carpool. I mean, what is this?
Who carpools to work anymore? Unless your car is broken down.
I guess. Not a good one. Number 3, fake a home emergency. So, like, how about your toilet messing up or your heat went out or something like that, and you had to call Hiller, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical, and you know, they came and fixed it within an hour and gave you a great price, but, you know, you just milking it. You know, they fixed it in an hour. But you're telling your boss, man,
they're taking forever to get out here.
I called those other guys, and golly, they're still working on it.
I think I'm going to call Hiller now.
I mean, you can do that. I kind of like the fake at home emergency.
It's one of the better ones, but I'd still throw that in the boat of that only buys you a couple of hours. You have to time these perfectly. Use these around lunch, and you'll at least be good through the Tennessee game.
Number 2 says plan your meeting at a sports bar.
Now, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
That's a great one.
That's a great one. And then number 1, nothing works more than number 1.
Faking sick.
Nope. Your kid is sick.
Ooh.
Oh, if you're a boss, you can't not believe that. You don't want a parent not to go take care of their child, right?
And
I'm good.
And somebody like you with 3 kids can say the entire house has the flu or something.
Yeah, I ain't got to say anything because
all 3 of them are sick.
I could. If I had a
if you had a 9 to 5.
A 9 to 5. Yeah, if I had a 9 to 5.
You'd be set.
I would be set. Somebody's sick in the house. Somebody is. I use somebody. But if you need an excuse, there's one. And the Swain Event, we are writing excuses. We are writing notes. I don't know if this is going to work. There's a chance you may still get fired or written up.
But we'll try.
But we are writing excuse notes for you so you can get out of work and watch at least the Tennessee game. I can't help you watching who else plays same day as Tennessee? North Carolina and Iona or Kansas State and UC Irvine. Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Sorry, I can't help you on that one. You still got Auburn losing in the first round?
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I don't like that matchup for Auburn.
I can't believe you don't steal my Still my style.
You
man.
stole my Belmont pick last night.
I didn't. I was gonna pick Belmont anyways because they're the in-state team and they're good. Like Rick Barry's one of the best coaches in the country.
How about that for Belmont? Early attaboy, first ever tournament win. That is really cool.
It's crazy, man, when you think about it. But they've always been like the team who's matched up against the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they finally
which I don't
got
think
a
is
good
fair.
draw.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair. I mean, they're a good program. They've been winning for a while. They've fielded some really good teams, and so that's weird that that's the first time they won a tournament game. But happy for Coach Bird. Belmont has been the most consistent basketball program in the last 10, 15 years.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, I mean, maybe even longer. Because I remember I was coming out of high school, and I heard about Belmont and how good of a program they had.
Rick Bird probably should have been the coach after Bruce Pearl at Tennessee, in hindsight.
I mean, some would say that. Some would say that. I have a buddy back home in Huntsville who lives in Nashville. I think he got caught up in the sauce because he tweeted out, Belmont's the best basketball program in Tennessee.
Currently.
And he said currently. I was like, no. No.
Did you confront him?
I didn't. All I did was send him a GIF. I forgot what it was.
I told you that you should have retweeted it and let Vol Twitter handle your buddy.
No, man, because they wouldn't have known that it's a joke, and then folks would have been talking about his mama and threatening to fight him and stuff. Sometimes Vol Twitter gets out of hand, you know.
But that's your job to explain that.
Nah,
as a friend.
That's why I just didn't.
Hey, we fed my buddies to the wolves.
No, he was talking reckless, man. He deserved it.
He did it. I don't even remember what he said.
It was Tennessee Alabama basketball game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but all he said was that Alabama was going to win.
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
If we go back and
look at it. Go back and look at it, man. He said something more than that. He deserved that smoke that he got. He deserved it.
I don't know. I think what your buddy said was actually worse than what my buddy said. Because I think he only said that Tennessee was going to beat Alabama or something.
He was talking
Alabama.
trash, man. He was talking trash. You go back and look at it. He was talking trash. 865-255-03. Colgate fans talking trash. My goodness. See what we did losing to Auburn. We got people in their fake confidence. They have fake confidence now. They really feel like they can talk trash.
Is Volstorm alive? We haven't heard from him in 2 days.
Well, because you've been so mean to him.
Oh, please. He's the one that's mean to me.
Yeah, you've been so mean to him. So the finalist for the Naismith Player of the Year was announced yesterday. No surprise for me, but Rui Hachimura is the forward from Gonzaga. He is one of the finalists.
Baller.
Ja Morant, guard from Murray State. He's your second finalist. Zion Williamson from Duke is your third finalist. And from your Tennessee Volunteers,
Brad Woodson.
Forward, SEC Player of the Year, back-to-back SEC Player of the Year, Grant Williams is your fourth finalist for Naismith Player of the Year. That's an unbelievable accomplishment.
It really is.
He's not going to win it. He shouldn't win it.
Zion is going to win it.
Zion should and will win it.
Now,
sorry, I don't care if he missed 5 games.
The voting is done, I believe, at the Final Four, if I'm not mistaken, or just after the national championship game. What if Grant Williams, averages 25 in the tournament, leads Tennessee to a national championship, and Duke has an early exit? Do you think things would change at that point? Because I think it would, just because there are people that wish the MVP in football and the NFL and in the NBA and Major League Baseball. A lot of people wish that was voted on after the playoffs and wish the playoffs were taken into consideration. And this award is taken into consideration with the playoffs. So I think a lot of people, if that were to happen, I don't think that will happen because I don't think Duke is going to have an early exit. But I think a lot of people would put stock into that. if that were to happen.
Are we talking like early exit, like lose, like failing them to reach the Elite Eight?
Yeah. Which I don't think it's going to happen, but I also didn't think Virginia would lose to UMBC by 20 last year. They're not going to lose to NC Central or North Dakota State. They're not going to lose to VCU or UCF. Mississippi State isn't beating them. I mean, Virginia Tech has beat them once, but that was without Zion.
It's going to take Grant to have
a monster.
I won't say like a Vanderbilt performance, but it needs to be like in the high 20s, and he needs to have like high 20s scoring and double-digit rebounds, and it needs to be Tennessee going all the way as deep as possible, with Duke getting an early exit and Zion not playing well.
I agree.
I just don't see that happening.
I don't either.
So
now I see the Grant Williams part maybe happening. I don't see the Duke part happening.
Yeah. Zion has missed 5 games, and you can tell in his return that he's the best college basketball player in the country and probably the most valuable.
Not if you ask Mike Francesa. He had some idiotic takes on Zion yesterday.
Bro, he always has idiotic takes.
Did you see the Zion takes from him yesterday?
He's old.
I know. He was saying
he's lost it.
Oh, he's 6'7". What is he going to do when he faces these people that are a foot taller than him? Because apparently Zion is going to be facing 7'7" people in the NBA.
What? He didn't say that.
And he said he wasn't a good defensive player.
Huh? Well, he didn't say that.
What is he going to do when the Greek freak is matched up on him? What is he going to do when the freak is matched up on him?
He didn't say a foot taller.
Oh, he said a foot taller.
Oh, that's definitely on video.
It's on video, and somebody created a thread of the bad takes on Zion from yesterday's show because he had so many that they couldn't fit it into like a 2-minute and 30-second clip. So there's like 5 different clips of his bad takes on Zion.
Zion has like 2, 3, 4 steals a game, and he blocks shots like a 7-foot center because he has a 45-inch vertical, and he's 6'8".
Correct, and he was trying to pull the whole, what position is he going to play? Today's NBA is positionless. They put the 5 best players on the court and make it work.
865-255-03 B-Drop Waterproofing Hotline. We have Around the SEC coming up next. Stay with us.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1-year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature. by injecting with stem cells in what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, I mean, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is the website. The only company I trust my branding with. Feel confident that your brand was designed with the attention it deserves. Call Mike at 865-382-7007. Entire team working in-house 9 to 5 office hours and a focus on customer service. Make sure you give 42nd Street a look if you need website design, logo design, or custom custom web design, logo design, and print design. I'm at a loss for words right now. During the break, what? You say something, Ben?
I did not.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
I watched the video, Mike. Francesca, and he's like the godfather of sports talk radio, man. He's a legend.
I can't stand him.
And I watched him say Zion would have to guard players who are a foot taller than him. Huh? Zion is like 6'7", 6'8". That would mean he would be guarding players who are 7'7" and 7'8".
According to Mike Francesa.
Huh? Okay, what's around the SEC today, Ben?
Yeah, that was interesting. Arkansas, as I mentioned, beat Providence 84-72 in the first round of the NIT last night. Looking at the box score, you would be a little bit surprised because, sure, Daniel Gafford decided to skip the NIT because he is declaring for the NBA draft. But their second best player, Isaiah Joe, who can fill it up, was just 3 of 11 from the field. But Mason Jones stepped up in his place, scored 18 points, was 4 of 6 from the three-point line. And freshman Reggie Chaney had 7 blocks in a game. Pretty incredible. So how about Mike Anderson and the Razorbacks advancing to the second round of the NIT?
Lower your voice, Ben.
Huge.
There's no need for you to change your voice and get excited. It's the NIT.
Just huge.
Stop. It ain't going to help you.
And then how about tonight? And Avery Johnson and the Alabama Crimson Tide going up against Norfolk State at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern on ESPNU in Coleman Coliseum. The environment is going to be ridiculously good.
Golly, that was terrible. It's like Dabo.
Dabo?
Yeah, you sound like a mix of Dabo, drunk Jeremy Pruitt.
Drunk Jeremy Pruitt?
And some random dude from Maryville. Little mix.
All I know.
Like, that was nowhere close to Avery Johnson.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? But hopefully Alabama loses to Norfolk State. And on Alabama.
Why do you want Alabama to lose, man?
Because Alabama can go to you-know-where.
In all sports?
In all sports. Women's basketball,
softball team's
men's
pretty good.
basketball, softball can go to blankety-blank. Baseball can go to blankety-blank. Their women's gymnastics team can go to blankety-blank.
I'm with you, man.
They can all go.
I get the point.
They can all go to Pluto for all I care.
I get the point.
And I did look up what my buddy said, Jeremy, and it started the night that Tennessee Lady Vols lost to Alabama women's.
Goodness gracious.
And somebody tweeted at me and said, them Vols in a battle with a very solid Alabama team tonight, and tagged me in it. And I quote tweeted it, and I said, yeah, new game, different opponent, same Lady Vols. And my buddy Jeremy responded and said, think his tweet will be relevant on Saturday too.
Oh yeah, he deserved that smoke.
Yeah, but he didn't say that a team like Belmont is a better basketball program than Tennessee.
No, your friend said that Bama was going to beat Tennessee. My friend said that Belmont was simply the best team in the state.
To me, that's worse.
But he wasn't trying to throw shade.
But he did. He wasn't trying, but he did.
He was just over-exaggerating his love for Belmont. It wasn't like he was throwing any shade towards Memphis and Tennessee intentionally. He just over-exaggerated his love for Belmont. That's all.
Yeah, maybe so.
And plus, my friend doesn't have his retweets on. I'm not in the mood to screenshot his stuff and tag him. I ain't in the mood to do all that, man. I like this friend. He's good. He's good.
If it was Sarah Spain, you would have done that. But that's
I
like
Sarah Spain, man.
Bet you do.
She didn't block me. We tight. We cool.
We cool. Y'all are going to grab a drink with all of the rest of all Twitter when she comes into town.
Yeah. One day, whenever she comes in, I'm taking her to Dead End BBQ. We're gonna sit down, break bread, and hang out. I have no problem with Sarah Spain.
Is Sister Jean invited?
No. She's not invited. Sorry.
Fair enough. Kermit Davis landed a contract extension yesterday. Ole Miss announced a 4-year contract extension after Kermit Davis led Ole Miss to a 20-win season and a 8 seed in the NCAA tournament. And as we know, he was SEC Coach of the Year. Ross Bjork, their athletic director at Ole Miss, said that Coach Davis has quickly established a very high standard for Ole Miss basketball, and he's building our program for long-term success. He's the perfect fit for our university, and we wanted to show a strong commitment to his leadership. So, as a result, Kermit Davis, a 4-year, $10 million contract extension, which is pretty cool. And the state of Mississippi does not allow extensions longer than 4 years. So Kermit Davis kind of got the max contract extension, kind of like in the NBA. He got the max deal.
Max deal, huh?
And I've got some injury news that you may want to rewrite your bracket over there.
Yeah, what you got for me?
It may affect your bracket over there.
I don't trust you, man, but go ahead.
Kentucky star forward P.J. Washington is dealing with an injury heading into the NCAA tournament opener. According to a statement from the school, the star big man P.J. Washington has been in a walking boot since Sunday. They say it's just for precautionary reasons, but hey, to me it's still concerning. Derek Terry tweeted out the quote from Kentucky and said that PJ has been in a boot since Sunday for precautionary reasons. Any other updates we will have on site tomorrow in Jackson.
So you want me to pick Abilene Christian so I can be wrong and you can be right? Is that what you're trying to get me to do?
That would be nice, but I know that is not going to happen.
So you want me to pick Wofford to beat Kentucky? Is that what you want me to do?
Maybe, yeah. I consider picking
I don't trust you.
Wofford is, I think, so right now I have Kentucky playing Houston in the Sweet 16. I think I'm going to pick Houston to win that basketball game. I'm very high on Houston. 31-3, played great brand of basketball. They were fun to watch. I actually watched a lot of Houston this year for whatever reason. They just happened to always be on TV when I was watching other games outside of the SEC. I like Houston's game a lot. I love Kelvin Sampson. You know who just beat Houston, don't you?
Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. Oh, the team that Tennessee may play in the second round.
Okay. Tennessee beat Gonzaga and beat Kentucky twice and got the doors blown off of them by Auburn. So anything can happen.
I know. I'm just messing. But the P.J. Washington, it probably is just for precautionary reasons that he is in a boot. But it is interesting when you consider Kentucky has to have P.J. Washington and Reed Travis, and both of those guys are banged up right now. So
I can't believe they called that foul on Reed Travis. Even if it went in the favor of Tennessee, like Reed Travis didn't even touch Grant Williams.
I don't feel bad.
It was so bad.
I don't feel bad because Kyle Alexander fouled out in Knoxville on a quote-unquote foul in which he literally did not touch the Kentucky player. So I don't feel bad whatsoever.
So bad, man. So bad. 865-200-5503. I got a message on Twitter from Jason. He says, Zion and his NBA opponents, it's a regular person standing next to the tallest human ever recorded. His name was Robert Wallow, and he was recorded at 8'11". But you can hate on Zion all you want to. Had someone was like, I mean, you trying to say that Grant Williams is not as good as Zion? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Zion is a freak. I'm saying that no one is as good as Zion in college. He is the best player, and it ain't really close. Like he's a freak, and you have freaks like that come around once every 10 years or so. Zion is that dude. Yep. He is the number 1 overall pick. There's not even a discussion. There's NBA teams tanking just to get Zion. It ain't even a question who's going to be number 1 pick. He's a freak. No. Guys, you can still be a Tennessee fan. Love up on Grant Williams. Love him up. He ain't Zion, guys.
I bet you Grant Williams would tell you that Zion is better if he had to answer that question.
It ain't close. Zion is special.
If Tennessee did win the national championship and you could hand pick who Tennessee beat in the championship game, is it as simple as you're picking Duke to be the team that Tennessee would beat in the national championship game? If you could hand pick the team, is it that simple?
Yes.
I think it is too. The only way it would be different is if Kentucky was on that side of the bracket.
Yes, I would want to play Duke to win it.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, honestly, I would rather play North Dakota State to win it. But
I would too,
but
if I'm guaranteeing you Tennessee wins the national championship and I'm allowing you to pick who Tennessee beats, it's as simple as picking Duke, right?
I mean, it'd be great to say, yeah, Tennessee had all their complement of players, Duke had all their complement of players, and when it mattered the most, Tennessee got the win. Because there's a lot of talk about which team is better during the season. Mm-hmm. And, at a time, people that said Tennessee, I mean, they were right at the time. If you say now, then you'll be wrong because Duke is clearly the better team right now. But you just never know because we don't play right now. Yep. And we didn't play when Tennessee was a better team. But April the 9th, there will be a championship game, and hopefully Tennessee is in it. There was a not so flattering stat about Rick Barnes' time in the NCAA tournament. Did you X out of it?
No, because West Tennessee Vol.
Well, folks need to know this.
Put it on the text box. ESPN apparently put a stat on the screen that said, "Oh, this one hurts." Rick Barnes, if you're listening, I don't want to repeat this.
I mean, it's just
has lost 11 times in the round of 64, tied for second all time. So there's that.
Would you take Brett Favre as your quarterback over Ben Roethlisberger right now?
Right now, no.
I mean, the prime of Brett Favre and the prime of Ben Roethlisberger, who you taking?
Brett Favre.
You know who leads the NFL
the interceptions
in history? Brett Favre. So.
And Ben Roethlisberger probably isn't too far behind him.
Yeah, and intentional fumbles to spite the offensive coordinator, according to an ex-Steeler running back. But when you go to the tournament, as much as Rick Barnes, I mean, I guess you're going to lose. Now, Coach K could say otherwise, but let's hope that was just something that's part of Rick Barnes' past. He doesn't do it with this team. Because you can do that with a team that barely gets to the tournament, and they lost in the first round. Okay, it was a nice season. You can't do that with this team.
No. I wonder how many of those losses were when he was at Providence and some of those other schools that for them it's just a compliment and an accomplishment to make it to the tournament. And then kind of just being there is good enough. So I wonder how many of those first-round losses came at those schools. Now, I imagine he had quite a few at Texas because he was there for so long. And if I remember correctly, he did not miss the tournament at all while he was at Texas. And he was at Texas for, nearly 20 years, I believe?
I'm looking at that 2006, 2007 Texas Longhorn team that had Kevin Durant.
That's the one that went to the Final Four, though, right? Or they got bounced early?
They did not go to the Final Four. They went to the Final Four when TJ Ford was the point guard. And this was not this year. They lost.
What year was that, 06?
Man. This ain't good. This doesn't look good. They lost in the second round with Kevin Durant and DJ Augustine.
What year was that?
2006, 2007.
They were the regular season champion that year. Who did they lose to? Do you have that in front of you?
Yeah. They lost to Southern California that year. Hey, that's the past, all right? That's the past. It's not going to happen. You hear me? But how do you not go further with Kevin Durant, though?
Now, that USC team was very good that year. That Nick Young, Taj Gibson. Those were the two big names that stood out, or at least the ones that are still playing in the NBA. But, yeah, that's not.
How do you lose to Kevin Durant?
And they got blown out. They lost 87-68. It was like a Bruce Pearl playing Michigan type moment.
Hey, he's at the real UT now with better players, kind of. And a better team and a better fan base.
Why are you second guessing that? Admiral Schofield is the second coming of Kevin Durant. He's going to be better than Kevin Durant in the league.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. But this team shouldn't need Rick Barnes' record to motivate them. This team should have used that loss to Loyola Chicago, loss to Auburn a couple days ago to fuel them. If it takes that, if it takes something motivating you to go out there and play your best and try to win every game, if it takes that, some guys just don't take that. You just want to do your best regardless. But you got plenty of reasons why you should go out there and avoid a second-round exit. And, hey, according to that little stat, Rick Barnes has a lot of those. Swain Event, Hour 2 coming up.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 60 and a low of 43. Showers likely tomorrow with a high near 54 and a low around 37. Mostly sunny on Friday with a high in the upper 50s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Alcoa Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. Miami quarterback transfer Tate Martell is eligible to play immediately after the NCAA approved his waiver request. The school announced on Tuesday. Tennessee has two transfers in D'Angelo Gibbs and in Aubrey Solomon. D'Angelo Gibbs from Georgia, Aubrey Solomon coming over from Michigan. Touchdown turnover. Gibbs and Solomon will be ruled eligible based on Tate Martell being ruled immediately eligible. Touchdown turnover.
I'm confident Aubrey Solomon will be eligible. The whole D'Angelo Gibbs situation, people don't seem as confident in that one. So I'm going to go turnover. Although, based off how the NCAA is passing out immediate eligibility, it'd be a shame for D'Angelo Gibbs to not be able to receive it. Although, I am one that I kind of go against the grain on this, and I don't like that a player within a conference can transfer without penalty, just because I am scared of the whole free agency being created in college football. I'm not a fan of that. And I get the whole point of, well, the coaches leave whenever they want and take new jobs and get fired whenever they want. If the coach is fired, if the coach is takes a new job, if the coach retires, then okay, I am fine in that sense of a player being allowed to kind of transfer without penalty, because he signed up for something that he was not aware of, and that is what got Tate Martell eligible at Miami. The fact that Urban Meyer retired, that's what he used as his excuse to try and become immediately eligible, even though we all know he transferred because Justin Fields arrived on campus. So I'm okay with granting immediate eligibility if the coach leaves or something of that nature. But I do, like I said, I don't like the whole sense of free agency in college football. So I do feel a little bit different about D'Angelo Gibbs, and I guess technically Aubrey Solomon. But I'll go turnover just because all we've heard from when we've asked Austin Price and others have reported that Aubrey Solomon has a much greater chance of becoming immediately eligible compared to D'Angelo Gibbs. So I'll go turnover. I think Solomon is, Gibbs isn't.
Yeah, I'm going to go turnover too. I think at the end of the day, I don't see two guys being able to have the quarterback treatment of being immediately eligible. I guess Justin Fields has a good enough reason to be granted immediate eligibility. Someone called him a racist name there at Georgia. I'm from Alabama. I've heard it plenty of times. But whatever. He is at Ohio State. Happy for him. Hope that he has a great career at Ohio State. And then Tate Martell, I guess if you're going to use, hey, my coach is stepping down, man. Whatever. You want to use that, fine. I just don't see two guys who don't play quarterback. And one of the guys is transferring within the conference in D'Angelo Gibbs. And honestly, it would be a blessing in disguise if D'Angelo Gibbs does have to sit out a year because he's playing a different position, and that gives him plenty of time to get used to his new position and work on those type of movements that you need to be successful as a wide receiver. It takes time. It takes time to understand leverage, and understand the type of cuts you need to make, leverage you need to have. Getting used to catching the ball with your thumbs down, with your thumbs high. It's just different. And Jalen Hurd had a whole year of preparing his body to be a wide receiver, and it paid off. That year paid off. So I don't think D'Angelo Gibbs is going to be eligible, but I can see Arbor Solomon being granted eligibility. So I'm going to say turnover. But NCAA better be careful. They better spend more time making sense of these football rules than making these corny videos, trying to a lot of folks thinking that, it's some glamorous position to be a student athlete when it's a great opportunity, and it does provide folks who don't have anything but they have athletic ability to go to school for free and open their world up to new opportunities. But NCAA, y'all acting like y'all out here doing God's work or something. Man, you're still taking advantage of amateur athletes and getting rich off of them. That's what you're doing.
It's
but
like I tuned in, or last night I say trying to find True TV, as many people like to joke about on Twitter. I don't have an extended cable package. I stream a lot of my channels, so I was literally trying to find True TV and try to figure out how to stream it on my Roku. But when I did find it, of course, the first picture that is used by the NCAA from March Madness is a picture of Jordan Poole and Dante DiVincenzo jumping for a ball, and that's them, amping up March Madness, pumping up March Madness.
This is where they make their money.
And Dante DiVincenzo isn't seeing any of that advertisement. Jordan Poole isn't seeing any of that advertisement. So I agree with you. Is it a little weird to you that Justin Fields transferred to Ohio State and his reasoning for why he should be immediately eligible is because of the whole – based off what happened with the baseball player and the words that he used, just like an unsafe environment or just wasn't a great environment for him. But then his sister signed to go play softball, I believe it was, for Georgia. To me, that's a little bit weird. I'm not saying that what the Georgia baseball player did was okay, but if the environment isn't suitable for you to thrive in, why is your little sister going there? To me, that's a little weird.
So you know how I was making fun of the Reed Travis call, how it was not a call? Tennessee's my team. So I'm not going to be that upset at the referees for making that call because it benefited my team. So I guess what I'm trying to say is common sense versus how I feel. Common sense is, hey, that wasn't a foul, whatever. But that's my team. That's how I feel a certain way because I'm a fan of Tennessee, so I'm not really upset. I'm always an advocate for the student athlete. So if a student athlete can be immediately eligible, if a student athlete can get paid, that's why I don't care about people getting paid. I don't care about recruits getting paid. I don't care, whatever. Just don't get caught. If you get caught, you're going to get slammed, and I have nothing for you. But get paid, whatever. If you can do that, go for it. I'm not the NCAA police. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, you can't get paid cheating. I don't care. Do it, whatever. So I'm on Justin Fields' side as far as, hey, be immediately eligible. Hey, did Georgia give you the bag? Did they give you some money? Cool, man. Take that money. They didn't fill out their promises. Then go somewhere else. Cool, you still got the money. Whatever. If Georgia did that. Mm-hmm. Not saying they did. But if you use the environment and what happened at the game with the baseball player saying a certain word that you really didn't even hear, you were on the sideline. But then your sister goes to Georgia. I just think that's funny.
I mean, I understand why.
Are we sure his sister went to Georgia?
Positive. Like, that is a thing that happens. I believe she signed an athletic scholarship to play a sport. Yes.
Yeah, Jaden Fields.
Yes, signed to play softball.
Did she transfer?
No, like, she's an incoming freshman. Like, she is going to Georgia. Like, either this is her freshman year or she just signed and will be going to Georgia in the fall. And I don't know. I think it's ironic considering the circumstances of which she used to become immediately eligible at Ohio State.
Maybe she plays for a different part of Georgia. I don't know.
What?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever. You gotta use whatever reason that you use to achieve the goal, which is be immediately eligible, and that's what Justin Fields and I'm sure his lawyer did. So whatever.
Tate Martell used the fact that Urban Meyer retired and he wasn't expecting that to become immediately eligible. So I get it. I just think it's funny that, okay, the environment is not safe for me, but little sister, you can go here.
Weird. Aubrey Solomon needs to use the fact that Harbaugh was trying to have sleepovers.
He does.
With his current players to try to motivate them to play better and beat Ohio State. And that just was really creepy for him. So that he decided to transfer.
And I'm sure Harbaugh did something else that he could probably use that's even better during his time there.
Oh, man. All right, back to the NCAA tournament. We are joined next by Raul Placeres, who is the head coach at Maryville College. He will join us up next.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, I mean, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Top 100 Barbecue Restaurant Dead End BBQ is the best place in Knoxville to scratch your barbecue itch. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, try the Smokehouse Stew. Thursday through Sunday, the Hillbilly Chili is where it's at. Don't forget the half-price wings on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and the salmon plate on Friday. The people spoke and Dead End listened, adding Dead End Society favorites like the Bernie Mac, Randall's Kitchen Sink Burrito, and the Barbecue Cheddar Meatloaf to the menu full time. Whether it's a game day or any day, at Dead End Barbecue, the mouth-watering barbecue search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Townsend family had to say.
After having listed our home with another agent, Jennifer's marketing approach was a breath of fresh air. She priced our home competitively, strategized the best time to list, and began planning our open house. She aggressively negotiated with the buyer and kept us informed during the entire process. Jennifer took away the stress of selling our home, and we would not hesitate to use her again in the future.
Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904.
If you aren't following the Swain Event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Rare that you get a college head coach on your program, a college basketball coach on your program to talk about the NCAA tournament, and we are fortunate today that we can say that we can. And we're doing that this morning via the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Coach Placeres is the coach at Maryville College, taking over, and one-time player, long-time assistant, finally getting opportunity to call the program his. Coach, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm wonderful, man. Thank you so much for joining the program. And I told you yesterday, I'll tell you again, congratulations. Being a player there at Maryville College, being an assistant coach, and now taking over. Now it's your program. Congratulations.
Man, I appreciate it. Looking forward to the many challenges of the job.
Absolutely. There's going to be some challenges for sure. There's always challenges. You're dealing with personality. You're dealing with recruiting, trying to put together a team that plan together, being unselfish. These young men, they have girlfriends. They have family back home. They have distractions at school. And you know all about that as a player, as an assistant coach, and now you'll deal with that as a head coach. I want to bring you on today, number one, talk about your program, and number two, to talk about kind of what can we expect during the NCAA tournament. Have you looked at the bracket? Have you filled out a bracket? Are you one that fills out a bracket each and every year, even though you are coaching?
I live in a very competitive household where every year my wife and daughter, although I'm the basketball coach, they outshine me in the NCAA bracket selection. So I had to do some homework this year, and hopefully I can finally get my win at home. But my wife has totally dominated the bracket challenge at the house.
It's crazy how that works out, man, because we can dissect the teams and see where the strengths and the weaknesses are. And, okay, Tennessee has trouble guarding a three, and then you pick them to win or lose or whatever. And we follow this stuff. And then your wife comes in, your daughter comes in, and they pick teams based on a mascot and favorite colors. and then they crush us.
Yeah, they do. They have a little bit of better idea about the game. They've been around the game. My wife's played as well, and my daughter's obviously ingrained in it. And but you're right. I follow it all year, and it just tends not to work out that way. But just looking forward to the NCAA tournament these next 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, East Tennessee, Tennessee fans right now, it's weird because Tennessee basketball is they are the most successful sport between football and basketball right now, and Tennessee was number one in the country for 4 weeks. There was a point in time where Tennessee was the best team in the country and was playing the best. But they have slipped up a little bit. They've lost 5 games and lost a tough one in the SEC final game there in the tournament, but beat Kentucky twice. What makes this team so special from your point of view as a coach?
Man, I've had the luxury of getting to know Rob Lanier, their associate head coach, for a while now. I was blessed enough to be able to coach his son Emery last year on the Under Armour circuit, where Emery played for me, and we ended up getting to the national championship game this past summer. And I've been able to go and watch and observe some of their practices to see the development of the team. With him, his staff, Coach Barnes has done is get the right type of individual who's just high character guys. And I know it becomes very cliche-ish, or you hear that coach talk all the time, but there's a lot of validity to that, man. They found the right guys who have approached the game the right way, and that's what gives you a chance this time of year. The experience of the two seniors in Admiral and Kyle Alexander, and then a dominant post presence. I think you need that to make long runs in the NCAA tournament. And then lastly, like any, if you want to compare it to football, your quarterback has to be special. And I think they got a special point guard in Jordan Bone. I think that's what makes them special. They're very experienced at the right positions, and they bring an element of toughness that is needed in these games that, you either go hard or you're going home. So I think their discipline on the defensive side of the ball and their offensive efficiency is critical for them to continue to advance in the NCAA tournament.
When you look at Tennessee on film and you're trying to beat Tennessee, what are some weaknesses that stand out to you if you are an opposing coach and you're trying to exploit some of those weaknesses?
I think Auburn tried to do that to them, and I think Auburn played extremely well against them. Obviously shot the ball really well in spurts. They did a pretty good job of fronting Grant on the block and pushing Grant out of the block. Grant was playing more from a 10 to 12 feet, and that affects Tennessee because a lot of Grant gets the offense going by getting easy touches inside and getting good position. The biggest thing, and I think you're going to see this as hopefully as they continue to advance, because I do believe they have a really good shot of continuing to advance and make a long run in this tournament, is Jordan Bowden and Lamonte Turner. Can they play consistent throughout the tournament? I think that's what it comes down to. I think you know what you're going to get from Grant, Ammo, and Jordan, but what can those two guys bring as they make this run in the NCAA tournament?
Who is you say you got your bracket. You compete. You're competitive. Your household is competitive. And you told me that you were going to drop some nuggets on this show that's going to mess up everyone's bracket and really have you second guessing the teams that you pick.
Yeah, they're going. Hopefully, no one is. I hope everyone's listening to your show, but I hope everyone turns off when I start talking about my picks. Okay.
Okay. What's your pick? What's your picks? What's your sleeper pick?
Man, I think I like Oregon to make it to the Sweet 16. I actually like New Mexico State to upset Auburn in the first round. New Mexico State is a really good defensive team. Auburn is really going to have to earn their threes in the first round. And, I think Nevada, down in that bracket where Gonzaga is, I think Nevada is a really dangerous team because of their experience. Just really like them in that spot. So, those three for the most part. I typically keep it pretty chalk. I think you can do it. You can have a better bracket that way.
You know what, Coach? I'll tell you this. So when Selection Sunday was going on, and I printed my bracket out that night, and Monday morning we were doing our show, and I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the matchup between Auburn and New Mexico State. I also picked New Mexico State, and my buddy here, my co-host Ben, who all season long is like, hey, man, Auburn's a good basketball team. They can give Tennessee trouble. And I was like, I don't know. They got some problems inside that locker room. Well, they fixed those problems, and they beat Tennessee twice and embarrassed Tennessee one of those times in the final conference tournament game. And it's funny because Ben has been the one that's like, yeah, Auburn's really, really good. But he changed his pick from Auburn to New Mexico State, and he's sitting here like grinning and smiling after you said that you picked New Mexico State to upset Auburn.
Well, good. That makes two of us now.
Yeah, man.
I felt bad for stealing Swain's pick, I guess you could say, and because, like Swain said, I've been on the Auburn bandwagon all year. I kind of feel guilty for jumping off the first round of the tournament. I almost feel as if I need to see it through.
That's okay. That's all okay this time of year.
Who's the best player in college basketball, Coach?
Man, there's a lot of good ones.
The best, Coach. I mean, the best. The one guy that if you can go and recruit and coach right now, who is the guy you're taking, the best college basketball player in the country?
Man, I know Tennessee fans won't like to hear this, but I think P.J. Washington is he's really dang good. I think inside and out, he's worked on his outside shot, and I think that's what makes him so deadly. And obviously, everyone first name that pops up is Zion Williamson, just because how much of a force he is. But I just like P.J. Washington's size. I like his feet, how he moves laterally, and the fact that he's extended his game outside of 4 to 6 feet. I like P.J. a lot.
Coach, your path has been, we were talking about Tennessee and this program and Rick Barnes not having top 100 players, and they've all come from different walks of life. And Kyle Alexander is a Canadian that's joined this team and worked his tail off to get to this point. This team is built to go win a championship. You, sir, you have an unbelievable story and a path too. You played at Maryville College. You're not from this area, but you went to school here and you kind of became a part of this area, East Tennessee, and very involved in the community. And now you are the head coach of your alma mater. Kind of tell us about like how you feel and your path leading up to you being the head coach there at Maryville.
Man, born and raised in Miami, Florida. I was blessed to play probably with one of the greatest football players who played the game. I was teammates with Sean Taylor.
Oh.
Rest in peace. We were both teammates together in high school at Gulliver Prep. And, man, just been blessed, I'm a big believer that, everything has happened for a reason in my life. And, came here, I transferred here from a junior college and played for coach for 2 years, and was able to go to the Sweet 16 and go to the round of 32 my senior year, and just had a really good career for myself personally, and went on and then became a high school head coach at Gallenberg Pittman for 4 years, and been with coach as his associate head coach for the last 8, and man, just really excited to be here. I love this area. This area is home for me now. I've been here for 15 years. Man, it's when you look at it now, my wife, she's the one that holds everything together. She worked on the office and got the office ready for me this past weekend, and it finally hit me Sunday where I'm sitting here and this is somewhere where I played, and and I feel really strongly about what we're doing here on campus. On all aspects of our campus, academically, athletically, and what we do within the community. And just, want to continue to build on the excellence that Coach Lambert has done here for such a long time. So, man, just really excited about the opportunity.
So my freshman year, Tennessee goes down. We play Miami in 2003. And so I'm lining up. As a freshman, I lined up against guys like Carlos Rogers, who was a first-round pick. Lining up against guys like Dante Robinson, who's a first-round pick out of South Carolina. But I remember it was in November, and we were practicing here in Knoxville. It's cold in Knoxville in November, but we go down to Miami, and we play right before a really bad thunderstorm.
Mm-hmm.
But it was about 90 degrees in November. Yeah. And I remember lining up and seeing number 26 at safety, 6'4", 230, and could run a 4.3, 4.4 40. And I'll never forget lining up against Sean Taylor. When he passed away, man, that rocked my world. And
tough. It was tough.
Yeah, because you're in your own house with your family, and someone who's jealous about what you have, they come in and boom, you're not here anymore. How did that community, his teammates, you kind of handle that situation when you heard the news?
It was tough, when you lose, when one loses someone's life, it's just a shock, especially at that age. He was at the prime of his life, and we still had not seen his best yet. He was just getting started, and you just feel, you just feel really sad. But he had a little girl with his wife at the time. And you just feel for them because you'll be absent from their lives from a physical standpoint for the rest of their lives. So the high school really rallied around it. His dad, Pedro, SWAT team member, tough guy. He comes from a tough family. Everyone was very gracious and trying to help them as much as they could during, obviously, their grieving. But, man, what a heck of an athlete, and
yeah,
you know what a heck of a team y'all beat when you did go down there.
Yeah, man. Sean Taylor, one of the best.
Yeah.
Coach, a lot of people like to joke that they feel sorry for the person who has to replace Nick Saban, and the same was joked about with Pat Summitt and Coach K and all these tremendous coaches. You are also replacing quite the legend in Coach Lambert. How do you plan on attacking that task?
Man, I know coaches, you know how we are. We lose a lot of phrases, and we live in this world of a lot of cliches, slogans and stuff. But honestly, to keep it as simple as I possibly can, as vanilla as I can, I just have to be me. And I think that'll be enough. Obviously, you know, when you take over a job and, you know, we graduate 7 seniors, there's a lot of anxiety and uncertainty, you know. But, you know, it's exciting. I'm excited about the possibilities. And, you know, it's one of those things where I can't live in a world because, you know, coach is leaving and we graduated 7 seniors that, you know, we talk about that word, it's a word I don't like, rebuilding, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair because I got 2 seniors in the program that are coming back. And, you know, we just won't talk about things like that. It's about continuing to work, continuing to do the things that have been the blueprint to this program, which is hard work, bringing in high-character guys and having a passion for the game and, you know, coming into work and working every day and getting ready to be as good as we possibly can. So, yeah, it's tough. It's never easy. But the best advice I've heard or how I'm going to approach it is I'm just going to be me and, you know, just be the best version of myself that I possibly can be.
Coach, you mentioned that, you know, you were involved a little bit on the AAU circuit as assistant coach, and that means you have a great understanding that you know, you were assistant coach, now a head coach. You have a great understanding about the talent in the state of Tennessee. And when you think of Tennessee, most people think about football. Right. But, you know, West Tennessee is known for basketball. What about the whole state of Tennessee? I mean, you got Jordan Bowden on this team. You know, he's a Knoxville product. You got another player coming in, Drew Pember coming in. Bearden Goals win the state championship, and Glover was, dude, he looked like AI out there, man, for Bearden, little point guard. He was unreal. You know, Fulton played for a state title, came up a little bit short, but you know, it looks like there's some basketball east of Memphis that should be talked about. Can you kind of give us your opinion on the state of high school basketball in Tennessee?
Yeah, I was fortunate to coach Drew and Quez this past summer with Bobby Mays Elite, you know, and, you know, a guy that needs a lot of credit for that is Bobby, you know, obviously a former point guard at the University of Tennessee. Bobby has created a really good AAU program that has helped a lot of the local guys here. And you know, 2 of those guys being Quez and Drew who were part of that state championship team from this past year, you know, who will be playing at the next level. And obviously Drew going on to play at Tennessee. Man, you know, the talent level here, it's getting better. I think you find really good coaching here in East Tennessee, guys who do it the right way. And, you know, the more exposure these AAU programs can give the kids around here, the better this area is for basketball in general. So, you know, it's getting better. You know, the talent level has stretched to Middle Tennessee, and hopefully it continues to get better here in East Tennessee.
A lot of people look at Drew Pember and kind of look how, I guess, skinny he is. What are your thoughts on how he will play at the next level and how his game will transfer?
You know, that's typical, I think, especially for a guy so long and rangy like Drew is. You know, he's legitimate. People don't understand. He's probably closer to 6'11" than 6'10". You know, that's a 6'11" stretch 4-man. Will probably gain 15 to 20 pounds in his first year of college. And people have not seen his best basketball. Drew is a lot like, and I'll give you an example, and I've talked to Coach Lanier about this, you know, a lot like Chandler Parsons, a former, you know, Florida Gator, a guy who has great size, who can stretch it, who can put it on the ground, who has a great feel for the game. And he's an exceptional young man. And I think it continues to be the trend at Tennessee. I think fans are going to be really excited about Josiah James. I got to see him play this past summer against our team. And, man, just real high character guys with size, length, and a great feel. And that's what's been lost a lot in today's game. You know, we get wrapped up in all this. Can he jump? How long is he? At the end of the day, do they have a good feel for the game? And in those two guys, I can truly tell fans and those who follow the program that Tennessee has gotten two really good guys.
Coach, give us your keys for Tennessee basketball to be successful in this tournament. And everyone has their own definition of success. I mean, this team can win it all. They certainly have all the pieces, but if Tennessee gets to the Final Four and comes up short, I think people could say this is a season is a success. If they get to Elite Eight, some folks will say it's a success. So everyone has their own definition of success, but what do you think is kind of the keys for Tennessee to play the best basketball and to be as successful as possible?
Well, continue to do what they've done all year, and that's to be as highly efficient on the offensive end as they possibly can, winning the rebounding battle. That's going to be critical. I think the best thing that I see when you look at their side of the bracket is there's a lot of teams that play similar style, and I honestly think it's great for Tennessee. There's really not that type of up-tempo team like they just ran into in Auburn where, they're going to be shooting a lot of threes. And I know Colgate is a really good shooting three-point team as a whole, but I really think they match up really well. And this is about taking, another cliche, right? One game at a time.
I heard that before.
And that's how it needs to be.
Coach, you mentioned when I asked you about, replacing such a historic coach that you're just going to be yourself. What will your team look like on a basketball court?
Man, I hope they extend what I bring to the table, which is a lot of passion for the game, a lot of energy for the game. Hopefully we'll be extremely disciplined on both sides of the floor, and have a good time doing it. A lot of times, we get so wrapped up in our jobs, wanting to be the best we can, that we sometimes forget that it is a game and it's a 4-year experience for these guys. And, and at our level, 99.9% of the time, this is the last 4-year run. We've had guys who have played overseas and been professionals, but it typically doesn't for most of our guys. So, hopefully them exemplifying and being an extension of me on the floor with their passion, their dedication, each and every day and trying to get better. But and obviously being an extremely disciplined ball club where the fans that do come, which we do have great support at this level, are great in that.
Before we get you out of here, how can listeners, we have we're broadcasting right there. The station is in Alcoa, and it points towards Knoxville. So there's people listening in Knoxville, and there's people listening, on the internet all over the world. Video, app, digital. But right here in Knoxville and Maryville, Alcoa, how can we, the community, help you become successful there at Maryville and can kind of continue the success that Coach Lambert had when he was there?
Man, obviously, and I talked to you about this yesterday, hopefully getting in touch with our sports information director, Eric Etchinson, and his assistant, Chris Cannon, who do an exceptional job in promoting our program and helping all the coaches here on campus, hopefully developing a relationship here, this spring and summer where, maybe we can invite you guys down and, have a show here on campus and, do what we have to do to hopefully get to the listeners in Knoxville and obviously in our surrounding area here in Blount County to follow the Scots. We have a lot of good teams here on campus, man. Both of our soccer teams are very successful this year. Our volleyball team is consistently competing for championships in their conference. Our football team just finished making their second all-time, NCAA tournament appearance this year. So there's a lot of winning going on. Our softball team won the conference championship last year. Baseball team just beat one of the top teams in the country. Golf team is top 30 in the country. So there's so many good things happening here on campus that, man, I would love our community and obviously the surrounding communities to hear more of. So anything we can do from our end to continue to promote that for our college, we're willing to do. And, hopefully we can establish now the relationship here, not just for, on this show. And I thank you so much for having me on, but hopefully for years to come.
Absolutely. I got to put you on the spot before you leave. Who do you have in your Final Four, and do you have Tennessee there?
Yes, I do.
Ooh,
okay, and here we go. I'm going to give you, hopefully, now I hope this is when people just need to turn the volume down a little bit, okay? Got Duke, got Nevada, got Tennessee, and got Kentucky in the Final Four.
Oh, man, a rematch. A rematch.
I'm glad to hear you have Nevada because Mr. Jason Swain does not have any faith in Nevada, and I do. And we have a head-to-head bracket challenge going on, and he has Nevada losing in the first round.
I like Florida, man. I like Florida. I like the defense.
I got you. Hey, being a Tennessee guy, you got to be better than that now.
I mean, I know, but I mean, I'm trying to be right instead of trying to show my allegiance. I like Florida's defense. I really do, man. They beat LSU twice. They can shoot it. I just have a feeling that Florida can get it done. But Nevada is one of those experienced teams like Tennessee. They play the basketball the right way. So it's a stretch, but you got to pick some stretches, right? You got to pick some upsets. They just happen to be one of my upsets. So we'll see what happens. Coach, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And, man, I look forward to getting over there to Maryville College and wearing some of that orange and garnet, right?
Yeah, man, orange and garnet.
That's right.
Orange and garnet.
That's right.
And, hey, man, I truly appreciate your time. Thanks for having me on. And like I told you yesterday and today, if there's anything myself or anyone here within our athletic program can do for you and your show, we would gladly do so, man. So thanks again for your time.
Thank you so much. Coach Raul Placeres here on the Swain Event, taking over for Coach Lambert, legend there at Maryville College. And Coach Placeres is man, he's young, he's energetic. He has a great understanding of the AAU circuit because he coached. I mean, he coached Bobby Mays, and Bobby Mays has just done an unbelievable job with his AAU program. And I get so happy when I see former Tennessee athletes go and do great things. I mean, I'm so happy for Jock McClendon, him with the LA Rams and the impact that he's having on the NFL. I'm so proud of guys like Ingy Johnson. I'm so proud of guys like Adam Myers-White, who's a doctor, Gerard Parrish, who was a pharmacist there in Nashville. I get excited. I get excited to see my teammates and guys who play at Tennessee go and be great outside of sports. So really, 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 really cool to see Bobby Mays and his success that he's having and helping these young men have access to a guy that means one phone call away from Allen Iverson or one phone call away from Kevin Durant because he played in that world. What a great asset to have in this community. So huge thanks to Coach Placeres for joining the show this morning. Swain Event, we'll take our hour to 8:45-ish break right now and come back after this.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Thinking about trying CBD oil but not sure where to get it or who to trust for a quality supplement? Our friends at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company invite you to try their full spectrum hemp extract, available in 500 milligram and 1,000 milligram strengths. They are a local company based right here in Knoxville whose crops are grown in East Tennessee. Their farmers are committed to cultivating pharmaceutical-grade hemp oil that produces results. It is only available in community pharmacies where you can get questions answered by experienced professionals. If you are unsure whether or not it's okay to take hemp extract with your existing medications, pharmacists are happy to perform interaction checks that keep you safe and healthy. You can find out more by visiting or calling any of these local drugstores. Gordon's Drugstore in Carnes, Vaughn's Drugstore in Powell, Stanford Drugs in New Tazewell, or Farragut Pharmacy in Farragut. Check them out on Facebook at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company, and don't forget to hit the like button. When you buy, remember to ask for the only hemp oil that supports your health and the Power T. Tennessee Valley Hemp Company. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Guys, have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? It could be low T or something else like sleep apnea or even low thyroid. It starts with a quick and easy health assessment to better understand your health. And now they treat more than just low T, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, and more. It is covered by most health insurance. So if you've been feeling grumpy, tired, have you noticed a weight gain or loss of muscle, call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Dan Mullen posing awkwardly with recruits.
For what?
Gators working out wearing costumes.
For what?
Vanderbilt making a sorority-style video.
For what?
Aaron Murray and David Pollock opening their mouths.
For what?
Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. I understand that your health is the greatest wealth. I know some folks who are vegan. I tried to do it for 2 weeks. Hey, if that's for you, that's cool. It ain't for me.
It ain't for me, dog. That's a big no for me, dog.
But I am giving a for what to this creation of a pulled pork barbecue sandwich from these vegans out here. The website is thestringyvegan.com. It has banana peel that has been cut as if it looks like barbecue pulled pork. They take the banana peel without the banana and they cut it. They put it in a pan. They cook it, salt, pepper, and they put barbecue sauce on this banana peel. They put it on a bun and put coleslaw over the top. And that is your pulled pork. That's your vegan version of a pulled pork sandwich. If you bring this to my cookout, if you even step 1 foot over the property line with this sandwich, we might have to put some hands on you. We might put hands on you.
If George tried to serve this to me at Dead End, I would look at George like he was crazy. George, you gonna catch some hands?
This could end a friendship. Like
absolutely.
If all the friends were getting together and they decided to, okay, let's do a potluck meal get together. Everyone bring their favorite dish, and one of your friends decides to bring this. We're deleting you from the group text. You are no longer a part of the group me group.
You gotta block them.
We're not friends anymore, man, because you don't really care about me if you're gonna serve stuff like this. You don't really know me if you're gonna serve me stuff like this. So I'm giving a for what to that sandwich and some of these vegans out here, man, getting a little crazy with that, man. Banana peel, I'm good.
Speaking of crazy, I am giving USC a for what. I guess it was last week or the week before, on March 12th, so 8 days ago. The United States federal prosecutors disclosed a conspiracy to influence admissions decisions at several American universities. We talked about it last week a little bit. At least 50 people alleged to have been a part of it. A number of parents of college applicants were accused of paying more than $25 million between 2011 and 2018. To William Rick Singer, a college admissions counselor who used part of the money to misrepresent student test scores and bribe college officials. Aunt Becky was one of them. Aunt Becky from Full House. USC was one of the universities that was caught up in that. And that's not why I'm giving them a for what. Yeah, obviously they deserve a for what. But I'm giving USC a for what today because after all that happened last week with the bribery scandal, USC is increasing undergraduate tuition by 3.5% for the 2019-2020 academic year. Next year's undergraduate tuition and fees will rise from $55,000 to $57,000.
Shouldn't it be going in the other direction?
Correct.
The prices should be going in the other direction?
Correct. And you want to know the funny part? You know when the school originally planned to announce it?
When?
midnight at 12:30 a.m.
So they tried to be slick.
They tried to be slick. But someone caught wind of it and decided to dump the news early.
I'll tell you one thing, man. I won't say it's fun, but I'm just glad that we can sit back as Tennessee fans and watch other schools do really dumb things. And it could be from LSU's scandal with Will Wade. It could be USC's issues academically. I'm just glad Tennessee is not in the crosshairs like we were last year during the whole Greciano John Curry thing.
Or the years leading up to that with the whole Title IX situation.
Yeah, I'm just really glad, man. I'm really glad we're not calling that stuff. Golly, that was weighing on me right there. And I was just happy that Tennessee handled the whole blackface thing the way they did, because I was nervous too about that. So I'm glad that we are not in the forefront of jokes and folks looking at us not being able to handle things the right way. How about this video from the NCAA? A student and athlete, a day in the life. It has it's a video of a young man waking up out of his bed and going to class and going to the library and going to practice and being in the huddle in the games, and forgot about one thing there. Are we going to feed the student athlete? We not feeding the student athlete? Is the student athlete allowed to eat? Because, there's some silly rules in place. And when I played, we used to have 2-day practices. Not many, because they were trying to get rid of those. But the days that we would have 2-day practices, we would come in early morning and Tennessee would provide breakfast. Not like bacon and eggs and sausage and stuff like that, because you don't want that grease on your stomach right before you practice. But they would provide things like muffins, cereal, bagels, things like that. Well, there were some guys who wanted some cream cheese on their bagel. But we couldn't get cream cheese. We could only get butter on the bagel because it was an NCAA violation to get cream cheese on your bagel at the time. Now, they've changed the rules and kind of made the rules make more sense, but the NCAA got a lot of nerve to come out with this video, man. A lot of nerve. I just laughed at it. I thought it was funny, but
the funniest part was seeing the reaction of all the former college football and basketball players and the current college football and college basketball players. That was the funniest part for me, at least.
Yeah, I got Steve Smith, the former USC wide receiver who lied to me and went to USC instead of coming to Tennessee.
He told you he was coming?
Yeah, we were on our visit together here in Tennessee. He told me he was coming. Golly, just
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for lying to me. Steve Smith says, y'all forgot the class sleeping. Got some of my best naps ever in econ.
That's true right there.
Miles Turner says, yeah. All right, Miles Turner is starting center of the Indiana Pacers.
Former Rick Barnes recruit.
That is correct. That's correct. The mentions on this video
hilarious
is why I'm here. Mike Golick Jr., who is on Wingo and Golick and Wingo on ESPN Radio. There's a definite lack of gray sweats and cereal in this video, meaning that, student athletes eat a lot of cereal, and we don't really dress up for class. We wear sweats. Torrey Smith, wide receiver, I think, is he with the 49ers right now? He was with the Ravens. I'm not sure where he is right now.
I think he was with the 49ers last year.
But anyways, NFL player.
He's with the Panthers.
Okay, Panthers now. He put out a GIF in response that just says, the lies. I mean, Kerryon Johnson. And the verdict of this lie on the video is in. And it's a GIF of, I want to say, the movie Gladiator, where the bad guy goes thumbs down. So this video is worth the view, but the mentions is worth your time too. Go read the mentions. They're really, really, really funny. 865-200-5503 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Huge thanks to Coach Placeres, who joined us this morning, taking over for the Maryville Scots.
Yes, and side note, while you were sitting at your desk listening to us not being productive, go ahead and go over to ESPN.com and join our bracket group. It is, you can create a bracket and then join our group. Our group name is the Swain Event, but the T is a 1. For some reason, it would not let me just create the Swain Event. It would add like 7 random numbers, so it would be like Turkey Man's username on Twitter. It would be like the Swain Event 5076975, and it for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me just do the Swain Event, so I changed the T to a 1 in Swain Event. So go in there and add our group and be in our group, and let's see who can have the best bracket.
What we'll do during the break is we'll put the link directly to the group on the Swain Event app. So if you're listening on the app, all you have to do is go to the part where you ask a host and the part where it says show notes. Click on show notes, and then we'll have that link there. So give me about 2 minutes. I'll put that link on the app so you can go right to it. If you want to continue to join brackets and claim bragging rights or win money, you can do that by joining the Game Time Sidekicks bracket. Simply go to bracket.gametimesideKicks.com. That link is on the Swain Event app. So if you go to the Swain Event app, go to show notes, it's right there. Anyone with the perfect bracket will win $25,000. They'll be giving away lots of prizes, including products for team of your choice. Now, Game Time Sidekicks just released a checkerboard tumbler for the tournament. Tennessee checkerboard tumbler. It is unbelievable. It's why wide receivers want to come to Tennessee, because of those checkerboard end zones. And it's right here on the cup. GameTimeSidekicks.com. Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense.
Swaino, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swaino, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you will feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
You're listening to the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
We have the one, the only Titans Bill on the B Dry Waterproofing Hotline. The famous Titans Bill. Titans Bill, good morning, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Oh, I got a high school recruit for you, buddy.
Who you got, man?
Star, basketballer.
Basketballer.
Yes.
Okay.
Maurice Wassensnipper from Frosty Peach, Georgia. Population 50, not even on the map.
Wait a minute.
He led the league in block shots, rebounds, scoring. He has muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles.
So he looks like Jonathan Kongbo.
I mean, you won't be able to move with all those muscles tight.
He would make Arnold Schwarzenegger look like he was in kindergarten, Jason, if you know what I'm saying.
I think I can get a pretty good picture of what you're trying to say there.
So keep that name in mind. 7-star recruit Maurice Wassensnipper from beautiful Frosty Peach, Georgia.
Now, Titans Bill.
Yes.
Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Clone who does a radio show?
Yes, I do.
He is very great with impersonations. He's done great impersonations of Tim Burchett. He has done great impersonations of I mean, pretty much everybody. He's great. I follow him on Twitter. I think I do. If I don't, then I need to. And he tweeted out a photo of you, and he said that this was Titans Bill. That means that will be the first time that I saw you. I've never ever met you before. Don't know what you look like until I saw this photo from Clone. And I've been doing radio, I want to say 8 years or so. And I mean, I've talked to you for 5 or 6 of those years. And I've never met you before, Titans Bill. I've never seen you. Are you aware of this photo that Clone tweeted out?
Yes, I'm aware of the photo. I believe one of the members of the barber shop that I go to took that picture and he passed it along to the Clone.
So
the Clone goes to the same barber shop I do.
Really?
I call it the Barber Shop of the Stars. And, of course, you know, can I give it a plug?
Go for it.
Jerry's Barber Shop, located on Tazewell Pike in Fountain City. And I mean, buddy, they've got some classy people that... You talk about some classy people over there, buddy. They've got some people there that'll treat you like family over in that place.
So can I go and get a haircut and then hope to meet you there? When do you normally get your haircut? Are you like a once a week guy or 2 times a month guy?
Two times a month. Mostly my sister takes me.
Okay. So are you confirming that this photo that was sent out by Clone is in fact you?
It is me.
Oh man, you got a good smile there, Titans Bill. Rocking your Tennessee Titans shirt.
Yeah.
How about that? Now I know what Titans Bill looks like.
Now, Titans Bill, we need to get down to business here. The Titans traded for Ryan Tannehill over the weekend. What are your thoughts on Ryan Tannehill being a new member of the Titans?
Well, if they gave up a 4th-round pick for him, you know, so what? Mostly those types of picks, my good friend, what I would consider the Great Smoky Mountain flea market rounds. The bargain basement. They just got a bargain basement draft choice for him.
Man, this is Titans Bill, you made my day today, man. You confirmed that this photo is you. Now I see you every time you call now.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that, Titans Bill? You the man, Titans Bill. I thank you so much for the phone call.
Well, Jason, I love the both of you, and you all have a good day.
Thank you so much, man. Titans Bill. I now have a visual. I'm good to go now. 865-200-5503, B Dry Waterproofing Hotline.
We can just go ahead and shut it down for the day. We've achieved all our hopes and dreams. Well, I guess not. Now, the next step, now that we know what Titans Bill looks like, is getting him to a spot to where we'll meet him in person, which I see Titans Bill still on hold. So Titans Bill on Friday, I think a lot of people are going to Dead End. Oh, he hung up. But Titans Bill, a lot of people are going to Dead End to watch the Tennessee game on Friday afternoon. I think you should stop by.
That's the plan, man. That's the plan. Charge of all this morning says no excuses for Sunday. Yes, Auburn played 4 games in 4 days. Tennessee played 3 in less than 48 hours. Not only were emotional drain, but just tired. Grant airballed a free throw. The beatings him and Admiral took from Anderson and Travis down low was more physical than any of the 4 games Auburn played. With that said, it's do or die time. And Aquafresh is better than Colgate. I agree. I don't use Colgate at all either.
To be honest with you, I don't even know what toothpaste I use. I really don't. I need to let's Google brands of toothpaste.
You see it? You see the way I'm looking at you right now?
I don't care.
With the side eye.
I don't know what.
Okay.
I use Crest. See, now once I see it, I remember it, but it's not something that I use Crest.
I gotta use Arm & Hammer because like Crest and Colgate and
nasty.
all. Well, I gotta use the baking soda and the peroxide one because the rest of
from Alabama.
Well, the other stuff kind of like it. I don't like the way it tastes.
I don't like the way Arm & Hammer tastes.
Makes me gag. I like the baking soda kind. It's not all like blue and green and all. I don't like all that.
See, that's the one I like.
But I use a different toothpaste now that's not sold in stores, so I like that better.
Oh, you
it's
fancy,
like, it's like cinnamon.
Ooh, cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon.
I like cinnamon.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Who else we got there?
DR Vol.
DR Vol. Good morning, man.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
What's up? We're great.
Swain, I consider us friends. I support the show. I've been listening for a while. And I've called in a few times about Titans Bill.
Yes.
I need you to do me a solid and tweet me that photo. I want to know what he looks like.
I just quote tweeted it.
Yeah, me too.
You are the man, Ben.
Me too.
My eyes lit up. There's a guy right here right now. It's like, you don't understand what this means to me. I've been hearing this guy for years. I've always wanted to know what he looks like.
This is a special day. I'm serious. I mean,
it is.
Because no one knew what Titans Bill looked like.
Well, didn't you say Tony met him once in person or something along those lines?
Yeah, that's the
tail.
Yeah, that's what they say, but I don't know. I have not confirmed that with Tony.
Oh,
I have not. That's the old tale that Titans Bill and Tony have met. But maybe I need to be. Maybe I can be fortunate enough to do radio for 20 plus years like Tony and be able to meet guys like Titans Bill. I've still not met him yet. Diarval, anything else?
No, I appreciate you finding them for me because, as I said, I think we found Carmen Sandiego thanks to Ben and Swain. So
I know,
y'all
man.
made my week.
I know, man. Thanks so much, man. Thanks so
Thank
much.
y'all.
Jordan on the text box says, I recently read a Kentucky article saying PJ has been wearing a walking boot. Have y'all heard this? If so, do you think Kentucky will lose early? Ben, you mentioned that a little bit earlier in the show that that he is wearing a walking boot for precautionary reasons. And like I've wore a walking boot and still played on Saturday. And the walking boot really protects you from the wear and tear of walking to class and walking period, just putting extra miles on that foot that you really don't have to. If you're in that walking boot, then you don't get that. I mean, if I was really smart, I would have 2 walking boots on. If I was like a track player and I had like a little sprain, I would wear 2 walking boots just to be careful.
Be walking around like Bigfoot.
So what, man?
I think we should put Grant Williams and Admiral Schofield, the entire basketball team, in bubble wrap and walking boots.
Walking boots, yeah. I think they should too. Every player should have walking boots.
Every player, every person on campus should open every door for every player so they don't run the risk of jamming their fingers, jamming their wrists when they go to push the door open. I think somebody should be next to their car doors, opening the car doors for them. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't think the players should be in a car all week until the end of the tournament.
I don't think they should go to class.
I think they should sit in their room and bubble wrap and not even breathe on one another. We don't need to catch the flu. I would say not even practice at this point.
No, they gotta practice.
Put up individual shots and don't bump each other.
Man, we need all the good luck we can get. Birmingham Mike says, post the Titans Bill picture, please. Yeah, go check me out on Twitter at Swain Event, and I just quote tweeted the photo, so it's right there.
Does Titans Bill look like you thought he would?
No, actually.
I pictured him with a beard.
No, man. Titans Bill clean. He's a clean cut guy. Looks good, man. Looks good. Ken says, so y'all knew it was Titans Bill on the line, and you still took his call and put him on the radio. Dang. Hey, man, we got love for everybody, Ken, and if you call, we'll put you on too. We got love. We got love for you. Let's see. Andrew, can you talk about our matchup, what Colgate does well that could potentially give us issues?
They shoot the ball well, but they turn it over a lot. You want a scouting report? I got a scouting report. Colgate leads the nation in three-point field goal percentage since February 1st, and on the season they are 13th in the country. They are 15th nationally in effective field goal percentage. And then as an offense overall, it is 63rd in offensive efficiency. And that's kind of weird when you consider they shoot the ball so well. So why is it so much lower? Because they turn the ball over. They are 195th nationally in turnovers, averaging 13.2 turnovers per game. And defensively, they are not good. 202nd nationally in adjusted defensive efficiency, and that is against a strength of schedule that ranks 220th in the country. They have lost to Syracuse by 21 points. They have lost to Penn State by 11 points. They have lost to 14 to Pittsburgh, and they lost to South Florida by 10. But for a Patriot League school, they are a pretty good team. They're 24 wins, RPI of 88th, and in KenPom, they are ranked number 129. And
so Tennessee should spank them.
Yes. Now, Colgate will probably put up some points with the way that Tennessee defends the three-point line, but they can't stop a nosebleed. whatsoever, and they turn the ball over a lot. So I expect Jordan Bowden, Jordan Bone, Lamonte Turner to have quite a bit of steals this game. Grant Williams usually does a good job of deflecting passes. Lamonte had 4 steals the other day.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's going to have a field day.
Oh, that reaction, it looked like a bad oof.
No, a bad for Colgate because Lamonte is our best perimeter defender.
Correct. And then they have 3 guys that really put the ball in the bucket. Rapolis Ivanauskas, he is a junior forward who transferred from Northwestern. He averages over 16 points per game, shoots 43% from 3, and averages almost 8 rebounds per game. Their sophomore point guard is Jordan Burns. He averages 15.8 points per game and leads the team in assists, but is second in scoring. Streaky shooter, shoots 38% from 3. Dangerous when he's hot, and has had, or in the last game, in the title game, he dropped 34 points and he averages 5.8 assists. And then really the other guy to watch for is the junior forward, Will Raymond. So those are kind of the 3 guys that put the ball in the bucket. There's your scouting report.
Tennessee by 30.
I don't know about all that.
Tennessee needs to win by 30.
Tennessee needs to win by like 20. I don't think with as well as they shoot the ball from 3, I don't think that you're going to win by 30.
They turn the ball over at a crazy rate. Here's what I want to see. Something that we have not seen in a long time, and this is going to sound crazy when I say it.
Oh, Lord.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Can we see a Eves Pons dunk? When is the last time you've seen Eves Pons dunk?
I don't know. I'll have to go check on Twitter. Every time he has a ridiculous dunk, I tweet out Eve Pons ridiculous dunk counter. So let me.
Now, seriously, when is the last time have Eves Pons dunked the basketball?
No, I'm serious. Like, give me a second and I can tell you because I tweet out every time he dunks the ball.
Someone as athletic as he is, we should not have this problem. When was the last time that Pons dunked a basketball in a game?
According to my Twitter account, February 5th. And that was when Kyle Alexander threw him the lob. Remember that? I don't remember. I think that was against Florida, maybe? Whoever Tennessee played on February 5th, and Kyle Alexander gave him an alley-oop. That was the last time. Over a month and a half ago, and February 5th was against Missouri. So the night before National Signing Day was the last time Eve Pons dunked the ball in a game.
I need to see a dunk on Friday from Eves Pons. I just need to.
I want him to Admiral Schofield somebody.
I just need him to dunk. I don't care. Just dunk.
He is rocking a new hairdo this week. He's no longer has the dreads falling. He has put his dreads up into, I guess, a man bun. So
ponytail?
A ponytail, man bun.
We call it a ponytail, man.
But in France, they call it a man bun.
This ain't France. It's ponytail.
But he's from France.
This ain't France.
He's French.
This ain't France. We call it a ponytail. When you go back to France, you can call it a man bun.
You're not a fan of the man bun, huh?
I'm not a fan of the man bun. I'm not a fan of calling it a man bun.
So you don't like Dominic Wood Anderson's man bun?
He has a ponytail. It's not a man bun. It's a ponytail. Ponytail. Jordan says, I've always pictured Titans Bills as Santa Claus.
I have too. That's why I expected him to have a beard.
D Skid says, I expect the Titans Bill to be 90 pounds and about 63 and a half years old. I imagine he looked like Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. I was incorrect. So everyone's very interested in Titans Bill appearance. And he looks good, man. He looks good. Looks like he goes to Low T Center, man. He does. He looks great.
Eats plenty of barbecue at Dead End. Goes to the Low T Center.
He looks great, man. He looks great. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? Call the Low T Center and schedule a complete health assessment today. Whether you have sleep apnea and need a CPAP or have low testosterone or low thyroid levels, Low T Center will get you feeling great again. If you're a man over 30 and haven't had an annual checkup, don't wait until you feel bad. Do yourself a favor and get a quick and easy health assessment today. Services are covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End BBQ is the best place in Knoxville to scratch your barbecue itch. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, try the Smokehouse Stew. Thursday through Sunday, the Hillbilly Chili is where it's at. Don't forget the half-price wings on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and the salmon plate on Friday. The people spoke and Dead End listened, adding Dead End Society favorites like the Bernie Mac, Randall's Kitchen Sink Burrito, and the barbecue cheddar meatloaf to the menu full time. Whether it's a game day or any day, at Dead End BBQ, the mouth-watering barbecue search is over.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Tarver family had to say.
Jennifer was our realtor recently and helped us find our dream home. She also helped us sell our home, and we had a signed contract in only 2 days. Her greatest strengths are her patience and personality. We never felt pressured, and I would highly recommend her in buying and selling a home.
Call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Hiller Plumbing, Cooling, Heating, and Electrical, home of the true transparency pricing where you know the cost of your part plus a fair service repair fee of that part. You get that information up front before you commit to any repairs. And right now in the month of March, 50% off of repairs when you get your heater serviced. So make sure you take advantage of that. The weather is changing. So we will be going from heat to AC here in a few weeks, especially in Knoxville. It may be 90 degrees tomorrow, and then the day after that, it will be snowing. But the weather is changing. The weather is changing, so just make sure that everything in your house is working properly. Call Hiller, get them to come out and fix whatever issues you have before we change seasons and it becomes really hot outside. They cover the Volunteer State, Memphis to Knoxville. They also cover Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Huntsville, Alabama. 15,000 online reviews with a 4.8 rating. That means you're doing things the right way and you are consistently doing things the right way. That's a great customer rating. So make sure you take advantage of the great offers and the great service and prices that Hiller has to offer. Follow them on Twitter at Happy Hiller and go to their website at happyhiller.com. Get signed up, man, for their program where you save money as long as you use them, but they have a great program that you can sign up for and receive a ton of benefits.
Fun fact, Colgate is named after the toothpaste.
Are we like the last probably sports show that mentioned this on the program? You think we're the last show?
That mentioned Colgate is named after the toothpaste?
Yeah, because, I mean, this is really the first time we've said anything about it.
No.
Like, seriously, like, we've made jokes about it, but, I mean, we didn't really take it serious until maybe now.
Well, on Google, I Googled what is Colgate College named after.
We're last, man.
And then people also ask. It popped up with those questions of what people also ask about Colgate, and one of them was, is Colgate University related to Colgate toothpaste? And according to Google, in 1890, Madison University in Hamilton, New York, was renamed Colgate University in recognition of the Colgate family's longtime financial support. The current corporate name was adopted in 1953. Colgate and Company sold the first toothpaste in a tube, Colgate's Ribbon Dental Cream, in 1896. So, we're playing a toothpaste brand on Friday.
I mean, how do you, again, I'm not going to talk trash. I'm not talking trash. I'm not talking trash. I'm not talking trash here. I repeat, I'm not talking trash. All right. How do you go to Colgate and, like, walk around with the confidence and the swag when you are named after a toothpaste? How do you go back home? Like, let's say you're from Alabama or you from Kentucky or South Carolina or Texas or whatever. You go back home with your boys, you showing off your gear. How can you say, yeah, man, I go to Colgate? What's Colgate? And then you have to describe it by saying, like the toothpaste.
That's embarrassing.
You know how, like, folks who live in Alcoa, Maryville, or Lenore City, or Oak Ridge, and they're out of town, and someone asks them, "Hey, man, where you live?" You can't say Oak Ridge, and then you have to explain that it's right next to Knoxville, or you can't say Alcoa, because then you have to explain, the aluminum plant right there, the airport. Then you go down Alcoa Highway, and no, you gotta say Knoxville, right? Mm-hmm. Folks I know who live outside of Atlanta. You don't say, well, I live in Lawrenceville. Technically, I know I live in Ackworth. It's down the road. You just say Atlanta.
Well, technically, I don't live in Huntsville.
No, but
I think technically I
you
am in the city limits.
You don't.
I actually am in the city limits.
No, you don't.
No, the address is Huntsville. But my high school, ask my mama. Text my mom and ask her. We are in Huntsville technically, but barely in Huntsville. My high school was not in Huntsville, but we are closer to Newmarket than anything, but I just say I'm from Huntsville.
I think I got your address still saved in my phone.
I almost, for whatever reason, just blurted it out. I'm not going to do that.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
I don't want random people showing up at my parents' house. But it is Huntsville.
Let me check.
Here, I'll text it to you, and then you plug it in your phone, and it'll say Huntsville.
I don't think so, man.
Just send it to you. Go ahead and plug that in.
All right, let me see.
Go ahead and plug that in. So, like, when I order things and have it shipped to the house, I have to put Huntsville, Alabama on there.
Let me see here. Oh, okay.
Take that. But it is barely in Huntsville. Like, we are on the line, and then it's Newmarket. So, like, when people ask me where I went to high school, technically it's in Newmarket, but I just say Huntsville. People aren't going to know where Newmarket, Alabama is.
So you lie.
Yeah, just like how you described everybody from Oak Ridge, Alcoa, Maryville, Lenore City.
This ain't about everybody, man. It's about you taking accountability for what you say, Ben. So do you lie, yes or no?
Well, technically, you just lied and said that I don't live in Huntsville. So.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know you didn't until you proved that you did. But yeah, you live in Huntsville. DR Vol says, I've seen Titans build now, so I have faith I will see Pons hit a jumper and us play perimeter defense. Y'all have solved a long Knox sports talk mystery. Second to none, boys. Hashtag God's plan. I mean, I don't think I solved it. That was Clone, man. Clone tweeted out the picture of Titans build.
So Hunter tweeted at me and said that Titans Bill gave the history lesson on Colgate on Tony's show yesterday.
Now, why would Titans Bill not do that on our show and call us talking about some made-up 6-star basketball player?
7-star.
I mean, we want the education.
Now, he did call me during the break and explain, although he didn't seem very confident because he started off saying, I think Colgate is named after the toothpaste. So, I don't know. But, hey, now we know.
Now we know.
The more you know.
30-point win. This should be a 30-point win.
Tennessee is 18.5-point favorites.
No, I need to see 30 points.
You need to see 30. It's going to be like the Wright State game from last year.
I mean, when one seeds play 16 seeds, we always see like 50, 40-point blowouts, except for last year, Virginia. But a 2 versus a 15 seed is not much different. It should be a 30-point blowout. It should be. If Tennessee's playing like they need to play to go deep in this tournament, and that's the Tennessee we saw the first 2 weeks when they were ranked number 1, the Tennessee we saw play against Kentucky in the SEC tournament, the Tennessee we saw play at home against Kentucky, then it should be a 30-point blowout. Like, it's time to go. It's time to go. Time to get it. This team needs to play great. I don't want to see an 8-point win or a 15-point win. Tennessee needs to be playing its best basketball right now. And this team has a lot to prove. People didn't believe that they were the best team in the country. People thought they were frauds. People thought they were overrated. People think Rick Barnes is overrated. People think Rick Barnes is washed up. Folks think that Rick Barnes doesn't coach his best basketball in the tournament. They pull up records of Rick Barnes losing in the first round, losing in the first weekend more times than I'm probably sure that he wanted to lose. I mean, Tennessee got a lot to prove here.
They do.
Yeah, we're a football school, but just getting here is not enough. Like, let's go. We got to play our best basketball. So, yes, I'm looking for a 30-point win on Friday. I don't think that's wrong to say that or wrong to expect that or want that.
I don't disagree.
Who you got?
Titans-Bill has called back in to give us the history lesson on Colgate.
All right, Titans-Bill, give us the history lesson.
Okay, I believe he's the co-founder of the Colgate-Palmolive Company.
Okay.
You know, when you think of Colgate, you think of course, toothpaste, mouthwash, dental floss, and other stuff, health items for your teeth.
Yes.
Palmolive, what do you think of there?
Yeah.
Dishwashing liquid.
Yeah, wash some dishes.
So there, I've given you a history lesson there. The Colgate-Palmolive Company, which is based in the Big in the Big Apple.
In the Big Apple. Okay. And so Colgate, the gentleman, I guess, donated a bunch of money or gave a bunch of money to the university. At the time, they changed the name to his name. So now it's Colgate University.
It's, Colgate-Palmolive.
Got it. Who are they sponsored by? Like LA Gear? Let's see here. I'm not talking trash. I'm not doing it. I'm not talking trash. Who are they sponsored by? Is it Nike?
Let's see. It
Under Armour.
Under Armour.
35-point win.
We just played in Under Armour school.
Yeah, but they're actually good. Well, thank you, Titans Bill. Appreciate that, man.
You're welcome, buddy.
See ya.
The trifecta.
Prairie View definitely sponsored by LA Gear with those uniforms I had on yesterday.
I don't think Prairie View is sponsored by anybody, actually.
Man, them things were bad.
It looked like they sold those uniforms together before the game.
Those were bad uniforms, man. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for those young men. 865-250-5503. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Stay with us. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Let's get to Turkey Man on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare. 6 locations in Tennessee. Know your numbers, a new approach to men's wellness, taking a look at low testosterone. They've been doing that for years, but now they are addressing your sleep apnea issues. So if you're snoring, your wife has hit you with a rock bottom elbow during the night to try to get you to wake up or roll over because you're snoring, you may need to go see a specialist. So Low T Center now is addressing sleep apnea issues, IMO breathing, walking testimonial to Low T Center and the treatment from low T all the way up to sleep apnea. So make sure that you give Low T Center a visit or a call. Turkey Man, good morning.
Morning, individuals. I feel a little rough this morning, so I'm going to kind of keep it short.
Do you feel 1% better than yesterday?
No, I don't. I've had a reaction to something that they give me during that surgery, and I was broke out all through the midsection, just a big rash, and felt just terrible. And I got a little bit of a funny headache going on from the medicine they give me, I guess, or it's ordeal. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was listening to 2 or 3 things she was talking about there this morning. I thought I would give just a little bit of insight to it. If you could go back through the way that you said you wasn't trash talking from Colgate, but that they would go back to Alabama or Kentucky and say, I'll go to Colgate. I can't say it the way you said it, but if you'd like to repeat that, I'll give you how they trash talk.
Say that one more. Say that one more again, Turkey Man. One more again.
You know when you're trash talking, if you Colgate, that you was not trash.
Yeah. I was not trash talking. I only said the uniforms look like LA Gear.
If you played at Colgate and you lived in Alabama or Kentucky, and you went back home, and you say, "Hey, I go to school at Colgate," and that, okay. If you said that the way you said that, I would tell you how that they were trash talk.
How?
That big smile with white teeth, and it gets the gleam. I just smile and have that smile. The white teeth smile.
Yeah. The commercial.
Yeah, well, of the 2 schools that you mentioned.
I get what you're saying there, because
I mean that's real trash talking. Right there.
Yeah. Because
just smile.
Bama fans would be jealous that
They don't have any teeth.
Exactly.
Or if they do have teeth, it's as yellow as LSU.
Yellow, that's being nice. How about brown?
In Kentucky, they're supposed to have invented the toothbrush, so they would be not nothing without Colgate.
Turkey man, you're sneaky with your disc
Trash
there.
talk.
You're
Yeah.
sneaky, Turkey man. Hope
Another
you feel
thing
better.
You commented earlier on,
Yes, sir.
and you said you give the statistics of Barnes in preseason or in the tournaments and brackets and this, that, and the other. You know, I have to think about that, and I DM'd Ben. I don't think he had a chance to look at it or even glance at just little tweets on that. But the thing about it is, for 10 years, I envied Georgia in a way of having a man like Mark Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we may have that type person in basketball in Rick Barnes. And if he gets us what Mark Rick got, how long will I be before I'll be like a Georgia fan of just getting to the game or not winning the game would be not all right.
Oh man,
Well,
Turkey man, that's a really good comparison.
That is, but technically, Mark Rick never won an SEC championship, right?
He did.
He did.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He went to the yeah.
Yep.
What year was it?
But
05 he won it. DJ Shockley.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And he's played for it a couple times too.
oh yeah, several times. And I seen also that they was giving the comparison of Rick and Kirby Smart. And if Kirby Smart doesn't pick up the gauntlet a little better, he might not be as good as Mark Rick before it's all said and done. Because they're very, very similar at this point in their careers. But anyhow, I don't feel good, but I'm doing the best I can on my bad days. Talk to you later. Love you guys.
See you, Turkey man.
Man's giving 63 effort today.
He's trying, man. Turkey man's all over the place. But
That is a good comparison.
I do see a lot of similarities between Mark Rick and Rick Barnes. You know, both excellent teachers of the game, really strong in their faith and handle things the right way, does things the right way, has a vested interest in the community that they live in, and they're all about serving others. They have not won the big game. They have not won the national championship. They have been looked upon as maybe being a little bit of, I won't say overrated, but the guy who just can't win big. You know, get that monkey off their back. Haven't been able to do it. Mark Rick won't have a chance to do it now because he's not coaching. Certainly thought he had opportunity at Miami. I think it's pretty good, man. I think it's pretty good comparison there.
The only difference I would say is Tennessee basketball isn't expected to have the level of success that Georgia football is. Like, Georgia football is expected to compete for a national championship every single year. And I would argue that with the talent within the state of Georgia, and, you know, with that being their foundation of recruiting, and then them being able to reach into Alabama to grab a player every now and then, to reach into the state of Tennessee, to Florida, Georgia theoretically should win a title every 15 to 20 years at minimum, or at most, because of the talent that they have and the resources that they have. So I don't know, maybe it's not a fair comparison in that sense, just because the expectation at Georgia is to win a national championship, whereas that necessarily isn't the case at Tennessee for basketball.
Well, I mean, you look at their careers, and their careers you can parallel because they expected way more at Texas than what he did, even though he did get to a Final Four. I mean, you did coach Kevin Durant. You've had all these NBA players. You do have the state of Texas that you can capitalize on. I know you have Kansas to battle there in the Big 12 as far as, you know, keeping your best players in state, just like Texas has to battle Oklahoma in football, keeping their best players in state. But it's really hard to have a identical match when you're comparing the two. But the Mark Rick Barnes comparison is not too far off.
No.
I mean, Rick Barnes has a chance to kind of answer that and prove some people wrong, because listen, he does have Texas fans who, even though they're not in the tournament, even though they went out and got big money, Shaka Smart, who
They're in the NIT.
Yeah, even though they failed with Shaka Smart, they still say, well, whatever, good luck being let down when it matters most, because that's what we did at Texas. I mean, you still have folks out there that still criticize Rick Barnes the same way we got Conzo Martin still on our mouth for some reason. They have this infatuation with Rick Barnes, and we have this infatuation with Conzo Martin failing for some reason. I don't understand it, but Rick Barnes can answer that, though. He can answer the critics here in a couple days.
And another thing I'll add, it is 10 times harder to win a national championship in basketball, in my opinion, than football.
Yeah.
Just because I saw an article about it in –
well, hold on. Let me think about that.
I'm talking about in terms of, like, once you get to postseason play, it is infinitely harder in basketball. You have to win 6 games, whereas in football you have to win 1. Well, I guess now 2. But when Mark Richt was coaching, you only had to win 1 game if you got there. If you get there in basketball, you have to win 6 in a row. And you're playing great teams in at least 5 of the 6 games. So for that reason, I've always kind of thought that I don't think college basketball has the best system in terms of finding its best team. March Madness is the best postseason in all of sports. There's no debating that, but it's not necessarily the greatest way to find a champion per se.
I think it might be harder to win a championship in football.
How so?
Because look at the last 10, 15, 20 national champions. I mean, they're all big schools that have resources. And you go and look at the teams that they play for a title, they're all big programs with resources. I mean, last year, Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, Florida State, Alabama, Auburn, Florida, LSU, Florida, Texas, Southern Cal, LSU and Southern Cal split in 03, Ohio State in 2002, Miami, Oklahoma, Florida State, Tennessee. That's all the way going all the way back to 98.
Golly.
And these are all programs that have the resources. They're,
right.
I mean, they have the money, they have the fan base, they recruit their butts off, and the teams that they beat are also teams just like them. Whereas in basketball, I remember when Butler played Duke for a national championship.
Yeah.
I remember last year, Lalo Chicago had a chance to win the title. They were in the Final Four.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense of I think it's harder for the little schools. Like Matt Jones likes to say that I'll never see Tennessee win a national championship in my lifetime. I will never see Wake Forest win a national championship in football. I am confident in saying that one. So I agree with you.
But they have a better chance in basketball.
They do. That's what I'm saying. Like in football, the little guys don't stand a chance at winning a national championship because they just can't match the resources of a Tennessee, of a Florida, of an Alabama, of all these big schools that you listed off in Ohio State. Whereas in basketball, like you said, a team can go on a run. But I'm more talking in the sense of for the big schools, once you get to the big dance, it is harder than in football simply because you only have to win 2 games. Whereas in basketball, you have to win 6, and I don't think that. Although I love March Madness, and like I said, there's no debating, it's the best postseason in all of sports. I don't think it's even close because of all the drama and what we think is going to happen does not happen. But I think it's pretty clear that Duke is the best team in the country with Zion, but the tournament may not necessarily reflect that because they have to win 6 games. I mean, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a bad day and lose and be the best team. You know, Virginia showed that last year, but you know, football it's so different because like every game is like a tournament game because one game in the regular season can keep you out of the playoff or before the playoff BCS contention. But I think seeing Loyola Chicago, seeing what's the school that Kent State years ago when Antonio Gates was on that team, they had
George
a chance.
Mason.
You know, George Mason had an opportunity with Jim Larinaga, who's now in Miami. to see Butler with Brad Stevens and those guys have a chance to beat Duke. I mean, Butler only lost by 2 or 3 points. It was a last second heave from half court
from Gordon Hayward that almost went in.
Yeah, I mean to beat Duke. I mean they could have beat Duke, so they lost to Duke by one shot.
Yeah,
I think that's what makes college basketball so freaking cool, is to see the teams that look like they got their jerseys from the Church League have a chance to go win a championship. And that's what Chip Payne said. Prairie View has those Church League uniforms last night that was sponsored by British Knight Shoe Company.
And that's kind of my point of why I think the college football playoff should expand to 8 teams, because I think it is ridiculous that college football is the only sport of all the sports professionally and college that at the beginning of the season there are schools that are in Division I football but have zero chance of making the playoffs even if they go undefeated. College basketball, that doesn't happen. College basketball, you go undefeated when your league, you are in the tournament, you have a chance to win a national title. UCF has shown the past 2 years they go undefeated, win their conference, no chance at competing for a title.
Yeah, I'll tell you the real problem why it's a problem for me to expand the 8 teams playoffs as we're comparing, postseason play of football, college football to college basketball. We got one last segment to go, and so I'll tell you why I'm kind of against the 8-team expansion right now. Swain Event, stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 60 and a low of 43. Showers likely tomorrow with a high near 54 and a low around 37. Mostly sunny on Friday with a high in the upper 50s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com. Thinking about trying CBD oil but not sure where to get it or who to trust for a quality supplement? Our friends at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company invite you to try their full spectrum hemp extract, available in 500 milligram and 1000 milligram strengths. They are a local company based right here in Knoxville whose crops are grown in East Tennessee. Their farmers are committed to cultivating pharmaceutical grade hemp oil that produces results. It is only available in community pharmacies where you can get questions answered by experienced professionals. If you are unsure whether or not it's okay to take hemp extract with your existing medications, pharmacists are happy to perform interaction checks that keep you safe and healthy. You can find out more by visiting or calling any of these local drugstores. Gordon's Drugstore in Carnes, Vaughn's Drugstore in Powell, Stanford Drugs in New Tazewell, or Farragut Pharmacy in Farragut. Check them out on Facebook at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company, and don't forget to hit the like button. When you buy, remember to ask for the only hemp oil that supports your health and the power T. Tennessee Valley Hemp Company. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
If you aren't following the Swain Event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
So the tournament starts on Thursday. The round of 64. And then you have Friday also, the round of 64. So after the weekend, we will get, after Friday, we will have 32 teams. After the weekend, we will have only 16. And so that means that most teams, or all teams, would have played 2 games in less than, 4 or 5 days?
2 games. If Tennessee were to advance to the Sweet 16, they will have played 2 games in 3 days.
So you went from 64 teams to 16 teams in 4 days, and everyone has played 2 games. Well, that's totally different than football because you need at least a week to recover.
Mm-hmm.
You need at least a week. You got to go game plan. You got school. You got this 20-hour rule in football to where you can only spend 20 hours a week doing football activities. Now, everyone does way more than that because you encourage your players to go watch film and go to the weight room and do extra stuff on their own. But let's say you had a 18 playoff in college football. Man, we're talking about the season extending probably another month or another half a month. And that's just more beating on your body. What do? Do you take out the conference championships? Absolutely not. SEC, Great Sankey ain't going for that.
Nope. And they shouldn't.
That's a huge event.
Huge payday for the league.
Yeah,
for each school.
It's a huge event, man. That's a packed house. All the pregame activities around Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You're not getting rid of the SEC championship. Now other conferences may be up for it, but they don't have what the SEC has.
Nope.
So you can't get rid of the conference tournament. Well, what are you going to do, get rid of games during the regular season?
Get rid of the UTC game, get rid of the Texas-El Paso game that has lost 14 games in a row, get rid of Charlotte, get rid of one of the 3 non-conference games, and move the season up a week.
So we're going to go from what? How many games we
play
got?
12 now.
12 until like 9?
No, go to 11. I'm not saying get rid of all the non-conference games.
But replace them with harder opponents?
No, I'm just saying, so Tennessee has 12 games this season, and 3 of the games are Georgia State, UAB, and UTC, I believe. Get rid of one of those cupcake games.
Gotcha.
And then that makes up for one of the weeks that would be in the playoffs, and then start the season a week earlier.
Yeah, that's I mean,
now I'm a fan of the 9-game conference schedule, and that also, quite frankly, get rid of one of the cupcake games. We don't need 3 cupcake games. Replace one of those with an SEC game, or extend the playoffs and just eliminate one of those cupcake games. That's kind of where I am.
Yeah, conversation will definitely have to go into tomorrow. We have the second half of the first 4 games that we played tonight. North Dakota State versus North Carolina Central, and then Arizona State plays St. John's tonight. So we get some more college basketball NCAA tournament today before it gets real tomorrow and on Friday. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Hope you have a great day. Peace and love. The Swain Event is fueled by Dead End BBQ. We are out.